safe and sound. No one around, say the word and we'll go. But baby, we'll fall. We all go dancing down, and paradise is found. We're shaking up the ground, 'cause there ain't no stopping love. So there ain't no stopping love. No, there ain't no stopping love. There ain't no stopping We were 16 in the summertime when you saw me like a movie scene. We were crazy like a teenage crime. You picked me up and you'd had 69 every night we snuck out. So I've been waiting by your house every night we snuck out. Till the sun will rise for the light. because I'm falling. I'm falling. Tell me why I'm falling. Oh, life's calling, but it's all because I'm falling. Falling, 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 started to fall, and where were you? How could I know you were falling too? Grabbing the wind, cutting my skin, but it's hard because I'm falling. Tell me why I'm falling. Oh, life's calling, but it's hard because I'm falling. Falling, 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 falling. me. Put your hands and your lips on my body. Hypnotized by my eyes, fantasy.
Thina singamla amazwe osishaya lengoma. 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 Sonke isizwe sithi iyo 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 lengoma.
I just can't let you go. Lord knows that I've tried to. You said I was the only one. No one likes being lied to. You made this mess and left me with the pieces. Now I wanna burn all the bridges between us. I can't focus, I can't forget. I've been thinking too much lately. I just need to clear my head. I just need to clear my head. I've been stuck on your memory, but it's not like I need it. And we may have some history, but we don't have to repeat it. You made this mess and left me with the pieces. Now I'm gonna burn all the bridges between us. I can't focus, I can't
Loot.bet. Made for live betting.
Hello everybody and welcome to Windigo and GamerLegion taking each other on what is going to be a very exciting map. Dean, this is no longer too much of an outsider to our map pool. This is our second time here on Vertigo.
Yeah, and in just a couple of days we had the first match, I believe, on HLTV, and I believe this is the second one. And of course, I'm looking forward to this one. I think definitely an in-game leader like Existence will have done a lot of preparation on this map if he's willing to choose it. He also, of course, has the assistance of Hampus, the coach Krill. So I want to see what those kind of three minds have actually come up with together here on Vertigo and how they can, I guess, maybe show us how it could really be played early on. Nordavin definitely looked impressive, but I think with an in-game leader like Existence, this definitely should be an interesting game.
Yeah, most certainly. This isn't going to be a walk in the park for Windigo. Although at the same time, you know, favored coming into this matchup overall as individuals. One of the key factors for them, though, and I'm not too sure how it's going to play out, all things considered, is Poison. You know, he's one of those strong, young AWP players. And so far, I don't recall having seen in the last matchup, you know, a very strong presence from the up. It's a much more claustrophobic map in general. It'll be interesting to see if he still leans back over towards that green gun and indeed how he's opted to use it here. It is definitely his strong suit by quite a large margin.
Oh yeah, certainly, and that's another thing I guess we can look forward to seeing where those uppers position themselves. What are the good spots for kind of getting early picks where you can viably get aggressive? It's just going to be a lot of stuff that we're going to be learning by watching, and hopefully that will be the case. We should be getting into this soon enough, I'd imagine. Both teams getting ready. I'm sure there's a lot of mental preparation needed for both coming into this map. Probably a lot of things to remember over from what they've done over Brack rather for the last week or so.
One of the things that we saw in the last game was over towards middle, and sadly we're on a clean feed, so I can't fly everybody over there and show them, but over towards middle we saw the window directly above the #1. You can throw a Molotov in there and delay everybody. And we're actually seeing Scream right now. This is something that he's been messing around with quite a bit. You saw the tweet he put out where he got banned for killing himself too many times in this map.
I actually didn't see that, no.
So obviously it's not a case that he's falling off. It's that he's trying to figure out where he can get to, what kind of crazy flanks he can pull out, and just perfect the movement. So we're probably, I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing a little bit from him because I know he's been experimenting with these flanks, with these drop downs, and yeah, I think he's going to show us some interesting positions. Or he's going to die a couple times and get banned. I've never seen a player get banned from a competitive server. I assume it's not in the
usually turned off. Yeah, it's usually turned off.
It would be beautiful if they forgot.
I'm sure like some of the newer tournaments may have forgot at points, but it's in kind of most standard configs at this point. But yeah, no, this should be good. I don't think we've actually seen anyone falling off the map as of yet, at least not during an actual game. We didn't have any in the first one. We had moments where bodies fell off the map and the camera went crazy because of it.
Yeah, indeed. Just kept falling. I love that. I saw in chat one of those. It was like, rumor has it he's still falling to this day. It's pretty good.
It is a long drop in fairness. Like, I wouldn't want to look down.
I wish it waited. It would be kind of cool if it waited until you fell all the way to the bottom. You'd have some interesting scenarios, like 5 seconds left. They're not near enough to the bomb site. You just jump off, try to survive.
You'll never catch me alive.
Then they've got to hit like a pixel all the way down. You're going. I wonder if that's ever going to play into it, right? Like at some point, assuming Vertigo stays in the map pool for quite a while, is it eventually going to become a thing? Oh, okay. I didn't even know you get up there where Bubble was. Is it eventually going to become a thing that, you know, there's going to be a situation where there's like 3 seconds left, they haven't got time to plant the bomb, and the CT just jumps off the edge with just enough time to survive or something like that to avoid getting killed and just down the last guy alive. It's gonna be some interesting scenarios, I think.
That might still be possible because yeah, you can kind of drop a little bit before you die, but not too far. So say there's like 1 or 2 seconds you're being shot at, just quickly strafe off the edge and hope you survive until time runs down. But yeah, I'm hoping this is gonna go live soon. I think we do have a small issue. Seems like someone has disconnected from the server. As you can see, the UI is messed up. Hampus has become a traitor. We have who do we have double of? Usually you have double of someone, but I don't think that's the case because there's a coach also on the server.
The other thing as well, right? So we're talking about jumping off the map to survive. There's also going to be escape routes as well, right? Like straight off the map down from towards the bomb site towards T-spawn. I think that's a possibility. I saw Scream attempting it just there, and of course he made it to the lip down below the B-bomb site where the stairs are up to it. But I'm guessing maybe you can make it to T-spawn from there. And
I don't know. It used to be possible, but I don't know if it is anymore.
Well, he was messing around with it there. We'll see if he... I mean, the fact that he tried it, to me, tells me he's had success on it before.
Yeah, probably. Or he could be just really bored waiting for this game to start, as I think most of Twitch chat are, as you can see by the spam of random letters.
Why no start? The best thing I ever saw was we finished the game 2-0, and some guy just came on and was like, "Why game is over?" It's like, because the team won. It was
That's what happens when a team reaches 16 rounds in 2 maps out of 3. But yeah, I'm not too sure what's going on at the moment. Do we have any info, Mitch, about what the current issue is? Seems like someone is missing off the server for Windigo. It's Poison, I believe.
Oh, it looks
the
like
man that you were mentioning.
I've taken a quick look through the admin chat. We ain't got any info, so we'll assume it's going to be a pretty significant net issue. I think though Windigo in the past have had a couple of problems with their net. So it's not a big issue for them. Usually it's sorted a lot quicker.
Because we are from Bulgaria? Is this happened because we are from Bulgaria?
I don't get the reference.
It's a meme. Okay. It's something people used to say about the old the old lineup they had. I can't remember what their org was at the time. Back when they played for like EFrag and stuff. I think they did play for EFrag at one point.
Well, look, I'll tell you what we'll do, Dean. We will...
Casters are my parents. Please support them. Thank you, son. Or daughter, whatever you want to be. I don't know. I'll support.
We'll take a quick break then. I've got some pretty good tunes ready to roll for you guys. So we'll leave you with those instead of chatting your ear off while we figure out what the issue is with Poison. I'll give you guys updates in the chat as soon as we find out something about the specific issue. And until then, we'll see you in a few. And let me know if you enjoy these tunes. You better.
Nervous with the cold drink in my 2 hands, saying no thanks. Like any make it goes, cause I know things they shouldn't have told me. Now I'm thinking what for? Hanging by a sentence at the drugstore, barely even steady at the front door. Hate my own things, but I love yours. Yeah, I really love yours. 7 in the afternoon, half asleep, count the cars. All I think about is you constantly. That's the hard part. Found myself waking in the same clothes, shaking from my temple to my ankles. Sunny, but I need another raincoat. Waiting by a payphone, finally I coughed up some awful information that I thought of. Well, they think I've been messing with the wrong stuff. Nah, I've been messing with the right stuff. Yeah, I think I might just waiting for the call to come. Who could say it was easy? Sad about the bad I've done on my grave. Please believe me. Gotta come alive. I hear it all the time, but I'm quiet when you make me fade. Feel it coming back. Watch it turn black, but I'm brighter when you make me fade.
Hello everybody and welcome back. We're ready to get into things here. The knife swinging on into things as Windigo have got all their players back on the server. Poison's back up and running. Quick old router restart, as you do. And we're coming into Vertigo as the first map of this series. Now this is a bit of a question mark for us. Of course, Windigo in this in the Veto banned Nuke, which is their insta-ban, and then came straight in with an Overpass pick. The problem is, in between that, Vertigo came out, and we were just talking a little bit. Dean, I feel like, although Windigo didn't pick this map, they didn't have a chance to, obviously, so we don't know. Maybe they were looking to pull it out. But also, unless you insta-banned Cash, as soon as that gets taken out of the pool, you have to right away learn Vertigo, because you know that other teams will know it's a weakness, potentially. And it's kind of a race to who can learn this the fastest. Or you've got to learn the map that you always insta-banned, which, you know, better off taking the risk, and maybe you like Vertigo.
I think it could definitely be an interesting map, and it looks like we're going to start things off pretty quickly. A B rush coming straight in from GamerLegion, being completely destroyed. Blocker clearly living up to his name. He's a brick wall over on that B-bomb site. And with the remaining players, the Belgians in towards middle, completely surrounded. There's not much that can be done. Bubble and Victor close it out. A quick pistol round picked up by Windigo. Not a single casualty comes in, Mitch. That was a swift performance indeed.
Yeah, that was a very quick pistol round. Completely shut out of it without a single kill. GamerLegion go down 1-0. It's their T side, and let's see if they can pull it back with the Deagles they've decided to pull out, because they've all got armor, forcing up into this. Interesting call. Block the stairs. Ships pulls back as his teammate gets taken down. Blocker not going to be quite as successful in this round as he was previously. The man advantage early on goes towards the forced up T side. Happus doesn't catch the kill from Poison, putting out the window, but Ships elsewhere falls. A two-man advantage now developing. This is getting interesting.
Yeah, those Deagles can be dangerous. I'm looking forward to seeing what Nock can do as well. He's a real upcoming upper from the Swedish scene, so be interesting to see how he's going to be molded under the leadership that there is in this lineup. But yeah, the 5-on-3 right now. Deagle's still in play for GamerLegion. They've taken a little bit of damage onto a couple of players anyway, but it's not too big of a deal. They can, of course, try and just group up at some point, overwhelm the defense. The question is more so, where are they going to eventually take it? For now, at least the bomb looks like it is somewhat favored over towards A. Meaning if they do take it there is only, of course, one defender. And I believe that is Bubble all alone. He is the Og, though, so a decent weapon for that position.
40 seconds left, though. They're able to now potentially push as a unit. HS being dropped, though. Won't really help. It's the AUG you were talking about on Bubble. Decides to close in the distance with it. Off guard up close. On the back on beat. And now the ambush comes on through. Bubble's ready for it still, as we saw. Holding that angle. Has to pull out his sidearm. Silence. USP finds nothing but death for Bubble. Poison going to be cut off guard as well. Great position by Scream. And he's looking for the exit. There's the headshot they talk about as 1 Deeks. As it's 1-1. GamerLegion pulled back the second round. And Windigo now in a difficult spot, deciding whether to force. But if they do decide to save over, they can get a decent buy in the next round. Look at Poison's money on 3.3k. He'll have his hands on that AWP very soon if they decide to save their money up.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough decision. I think they may just buy into this one, in all honesty, just because Blocker, as you said, is so low. So is Victor. They're both looking at a double eco. So I think buying up into this one is probably will be the option that they go for. Either that or they take the eco and eco in the next one as well, because they aren't going to really be able to get even a decent buy in the next round. So we should see GamerLegion being able to find some control unless they get upset by the pistols. If Windigo can maybe pull off a little bit of a revenge round. And we know that they're more than capable of that. Windigo lately have been playing extremely well.
This was a beautiful little shot by Scream. Close out the round. Great positioning up close, like I said, behind that door. He caught them off guard completely. Windigo deciding to go in for a force buy here. They've got the FAMAS out. Pistols. Bubble. The Mag 7. And I suppose on a map like Vertigo, now's the time to make the innovation happen. It's where you can decide. Look, we talked about it already, being quite a claustrophobic map. Obviously offers up the potential then for these force buys to be a lot more frequently seen. The only question is, will they be efficient? So, have the opportunity, I suppose, in a way, right? If you're playing Inferno, you kind of know what you're expecting. If you're coming up against pistols, you're probably going to see presence from force buys in apartments. The banana nades early on, like there's a lot of things that you're going to be expecting and avoiding. But right now, it's very difficult to anticipate what a team's going to do on a round like this. It looks like Windigo, though, are playing just a very vanilla defense. 2 towards A, 2 towards B, with 1 kind of spot. Great spam by Nog. Looks like he was expecting the CTs to be in that position for sure, as Victor gets dropped. I like this from Poison. He inhabits the same position. Drop down in the elevator, not quite before. It's obviously assuming once they kill his teammate that they're not going to anticipate that he's there as well. He does get 1 kill from it, but immediately dropped afterwards. Chips now on a CZ 1 versus 4. His chances are certainly slim.
Yeah, at this point, Chips, I think, does have to save. As I said, if they went for the eco in this round, or if they force spot, of course, the next round will have to be an eco. Not able to win it out, of course, not really connecting too much damage either at this point. Chips is just going to have to go ahead and save this and give himself at least an opportunity in this next round. Although it is still a bit of a question whether he will be allowed to carry it over, because he could be walking right into the waiting arms of Hampus. And indeed he is. Hampus, though, on 4 health, needs to be really cautious. He had to get out into this position to stay away from the bomb. And then ends up costing him his life. I'm pretty sure the weapon fell off the map, though, so that is a positive. Oh, no, it's there. Oh. He's not going to reach it, though. Not able to make it, sadly.
That's one thing about this map as well, right? It's so open when that bomb goes off. It's gonna...
They did put down the blast radius, though. It doesn't do much damage at all. You can be relatively close.
Yeah, but it's the booping of the weapons away.
Oh yeah, yeah. I don't know if they toned that down. Maybe they did as well. But yeah, let's see. It's an eco, as we said. Ships is at least able to save the CZ and Kevlar, but everyone else is on USPs, so not a great chance. But if they can pull off a couple of kills, at least that would be nice. Maybe drop a rifle or 2. But I don't think they wanted to really be feeding money to that Mac 10, and the nade bubble down low, not quite burst up to this point, but eventually taken down by Scream. And now Victor left in the back of the bomb site. His position, of course, it is known. And he's easily dealt with. Another round comes in for GamerLegion, and they managed to take that one without a single casualty. So 4 alive in the previous, or rather 3 alive actually, to stay in the losing the first Hampus towards the end, and then 5 alive in this. That's pretty solid. They build up a little bit of money for themselves. And now it's up to Windigo. They're coming onto the buy, but it's not amazing, and I don't think they're going to get an op, as you can see. No op, just rifles and a very limited amount of utility.
What's going on with the Windigos? The flashbang they're going to throw out? Yeah, it looks like it. A high flashbang complete should line the B players then. That's an interesting one. I haven't seen that one before. They're not able to push up on the back of it though with the Molotovs. Windigo threw down, and no, not really. I mean, they're very spread out. Coming towards the A ramp, they're making presence known on B with the flashbangs. The player towards the two players towards the bottom of the stairs. But the rotation time's pretty good if they do want to angle themselves over towards the A-bomb side a little bit later on. It's going to take a long time to get used to reading this map. Yeah, it looks like the bomb's rotating towards the ramp. A is going to be under threat. They're easily able to deploy a lot of utility though on B. Make sure that these players are a little bit edgy, a little bit scared. Might be calling for backup pretty soon. This contact shown. Spams again coming through from GamerLegion. Not this time, not finding any opening engagements in their favor.
Yeah. Well, what I'm wondering is if we're going to see any wall bangs come in from Windigo. It looks like they're at least attempting some, rather. Bubble, for some reason, doesn't have the silencer on his M4. Let's see how this works out for him. I think it does slightly decrease the accuracy, but I don't think it's anything really too substantial that it'll get him killed or any. Nice little boost indeed, but I think he may be spotted the second he peeks out. Nice flash. Keeps him off the angle for a couple of extra seconds. Will he be spotted, though, is the question. He may actually be able to just see the head. Scream coming into his crosshair, giving away an easy frag, pretty much. Good damage being exchanged for the smoke, and eventually, I think Bubble is just about able to escape. And right now, Windigo, they're holding it down. GamerLegion is very stagnant on this push.
And at this point, 6 seconds left. You can see Hampus's position. He was coming in on the flank, but he won't be able to win the round, unfortunately, because that bomb is not down. Time is up. 2 to 3 rather. Windigo finally getting around on the board in their full buy. I do wonder. So Bubble going in there with the unscrewed A1. Saw him earlier on as well, having the USP without a silencer. What that's about? Just is he making it his thing? Style. Like that animation there.
Maybe. I don't know.
That was pretty cool. Knife comes down and splits the other animation.
Oh yeah, no, the animation was cool. I mean, I don't know if he's trying to make the unsilenced M4 his thing. I guess we'll find out. Yeah, he doesn't have the silencer, and again, oh, he's waiting for the scaffolding wallbang. His existence going to walk forward a little bit further is the question. I think you do have to be kind of a little bit more elevated though, so I think it's kind of how Rubinho was. You have to stand up towards the top of the boxes to really be able to find the correct angle. Oh, there we go. Maybe not. Bubble able to find that wallbang eventually, and Victor also takes down Scream. The two Belgians are gone. With that now, HS, Hampus, and Knock left to see what they can do in this round. As Windigo seem to be doing a decent job now that they've gotten onto these guns.
Now this is GamerLegion going to fall behind by quite a margin. Jess and Knock going to pull this off. AWP does line a kill over the smokes as Victor goes down. Victor closing the distance. Bubble wants to just go up on top of the box as well. Over the same position. But that's going to close. Oh, maybe not actually. Hide behind the sandbags. Knock just about manages to keep himself alive. Well, eventually, as he tries to peek towards the ramp, he's peeked from the bomb site by ships. And that's it. The round's over. Defuse to come through. Windigo find themselves a third on the board. And now GamerLegion, they still got a bit of money. Yeah, constantly getting the buys to play. Yeah, I've just noticed in the chat the silencer's still on apparently. Yeah, so just to give context on that, I can't actually hear the game at all. I have no sound.
And I have the sound pretty low.
It's yeah, we're not in the game at the moment. We're casting through a clean feed. And the way it's set up for me at the moment, I have no sound. So you guys are getting my sound, so I didn't notice he didn't have it on. That must be a new bug from the latest patch, I assume. I've never seen that before, where the silencer appears to be off. Unless it's like a 1% chance for the bug.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never seen it with the M4 before. I've seen it with the USP many times. I think sure the first game Rez played with Nip after he joined them. It happened with the USP and he picked up an ace or something. But yeah, I've seen it plenty of times before. But yeah, never seen it with an M4. It's a little bit different. Anyways, though, 3 to 3. Oh, did you? Okay. Yeah, that might have been just a misclick. That happens way too often with the M4A1S. But yeah, right now, it is a pretty awkward position. GamerLegion beginning to run down on money finally, of course. looking to try and creep on towards this B bomb site. The wall of smoke's giving them some cover, but it was only really used, I guess, to get Hampus into position. In theory, they could have actually kept the second player here and maybe boosted someone over if they wanted to perhaps even attempt to try and split on towards the bomb site. I think that's something in the future that definitely could be useful. But as we can see anyway, A bomb site seems to be the goal for GamerLegion.
Yeah, you could say it's the goal. With the bomb rotating up towards ramp, it's definitely where they're going to be hitting. HS goes down a little bit early on, though, as Victor finds one. Poison on the wall back onto existence. Oh, no. We were wondering how that AWP was going to be used. And now we're starting to get a little bit of a sense of it. Far back in the A-bomb site, supporting his teammates. Push comes forward, at least one kill return to Ships goes down. And the bomb starts to refocus. They're looking for the B bomb site. Hampus has gained all the control there. Completely opened up B. Bubble's going to try and catch the bomb, though, as it crosses over with 14 seconds left. He doesn't spot him. See that Scream is aware of the angle. He didn't want to give himself away. Gets the bomb down safely. Knock takes down Bubble. It's a 2 versus 2. The retake now from Windigo isn't going to be too easy to obtain. They're coming into it with an AWP on Poison, who's low HP, but now it's a 1 versus 2. Becomes much more winnable as Victor comes through. Poison tries to jump around and gets caught in the open. The spray transfer onto Victor's head. And an AWP saved for the T side, 4-3. What a round for GamerLegion.
Yeah, and that's a round they did really need. As I said, they were finally beginning to run out of that money that they were able to build up early on. An important one for them to take. It stops Windigo from being able to kind of get a lot of money in the reserve. Means they come into this one now with a somewhat limited buy, having a FAMAS, a UMP, and a CZ. And of course, utility-wise, it is also not an ideal position for them to be in. They have, I think, 2 smokes and 1 flash. Oh, a little bit of a gap in that smoke then. Again, being left. Previously, it was on the right side, and there's a gap on the right side as well. You can see that smoke definitely not used to perfection. Maybe a little bit of a mistake, leaving an opportunity for both CTs to actually get vision. And with that now, a 5-on-3, a well-favored position for Windigo, and it looks like GamerLegion at this point are pretty much forced to try commit towards A.
Yeah, absolutely no control anywhere else. And you see blockers actually on the trail, rather, of that bomb. Although taking it up towards mid, never mind. It's gone the wrong way. 50-50 chance to come up behind. GamerLegion gonna push towards this bomb site. They gotta be careful. Up close, that's Victor. He's got his A1S. He's ready to go, but that bomb can still be safely planted behind the big sheets of metal. Beams? I think they're beams, pretty sure.
What, like where he is now?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I'm not too sure.
Where the bomb is.
Oh, this,
okay. It's outside the crane,
it's
but it was
crane.
Like
we'll just say crane. But yeah, 3-on-3. A couple of defuse. Gets the FAMAS, almost lining them up. Knock gets a team kill. What's going on? It doesn't matter though, because he does save the day. But what happened right there? There was such a good chance for Bubble. He was given the opportunity. He lined them up. Gets taken down though, but of course Knock ends up getting a team kill in the process.
Indeed, this is an interesting play from Knock. The kill's on 11, but he got one from his teammate. So
he redeemed himself at the end though, so it's fine.
Yeah,
he got the round win.
Yeah, look, yeah, that's exactly it, right? It's about winning the round. It hurts you a little bit, you know. You're gonna feel the pain, I suppose, because you're losing a rifle, but it's not the worst situation in the world for them. 5-3. GamerLegion gonna get a full buyout here. HS is in a little bit of an awkward spot. With 4K on the board, there's perfectly timed angle change, so I can see there's no weapon on the floor for him. So he's got to buy up. The decision here, I suppose, armor and an AK, take himself a smoke or something. The rest of his teammates have a bit of utility as well. Could definitely be a worse situation for them. Windigo, well, again, coming into if they have a decent read on where Windigo are at economically, maybe calling the pause just to get themselves there in the right headspace, figure out what Windigo are at on money. But it wouldn't even be a surprise to see HS take out a Mac 10 or something along those lines, try and make a little bit of money in this round.
Yeah, no, they should be aware that Windigo at this point aren't really going to be able to afford a buy into this one. They would maybe expect upgraded pistols, but even then I don't think Windigo are really going to be able to buy anything at all. I think maybe taking just a gamble, stack up somewhere with those USPs, see if you can, again, just try and do some damage. Positive is we don't really know what side of this map is. I'm trying to recall, was it Nordivind, I believe, on the T side, who looked really good?
I think so. I think it was their T side that looked pretty fly, because we were thinking as side swap maybe the CT would look a little bit better for
Yeah,
opponents, but
I believe that is what it was, but you know, that wasn't the case. It was definitely looking like a bit more of a T-sided map, but it's so early that you can't really say anything to it. Teams need to figure out how to play the map. Maybe it's a little bit harder to find out how to play on CT. But yeah, that stack, as I said, coming in from Windigo, they've taken a gamble. Is it going to pay off? Probably not, because Hampus has actually already walked completely through B, and of course at this point gotten the info that it's open for the taking. And even found a frag in the process and spot another couple of players. Needs to be cautious. Doesn't want to drop this AK. Body tossed off the building. AK now dropped potentially to be picked up, but as you can see, Scream is there to make sure, hopefully, that it won't be.
Carried over for Windigo here. They're not able to carry a single bit of hope into the next round, but the thing is, their economy gives them hope enough. Just went back and checked, so on the last play of Vertigo, it was Norwin actually got 12 rounds on their CT side, and then they went yeah, they went 4 for 2 on their T, and were able to walk away with the victory. So it's
completely wrong is what you're telling me.
Yeah, we got it flipped around. So I was a little hesitant, but yeah, no, their CT was good. At the same time, though, Norwin just looked really proficient at the map, whereas AGO didn't really seem to know what was going on a lot of the time. They were falling down to a lot of wall bangs without answering back. Already we've seen Windigo's proficiency at this map certainly isn't out of the question, because when GamerLegion got wall bangs the next buy round, Windigo were set up to counter those wall bangs. There's HS popping a flash out through the window we were talking about at the start of this game, just above the number 1. So window you can lob a molly through to stop them pushing mid early on, and indeed the T's can use it to lob a flash back through to blind you when you're maybe not expecting it to come from that angle. The boost up on top of the box from HS. He's going to keep an eye on window as Scream peeks out and takes down Bubble. And now the mid control firmly in their hands. This is where Blocker tries to recover it a little bit. They're at a 2-man disadvantage, so these kills will be hard to come by, but it certainly would help them if they can find it. It doesn't look like it. And Windigo just keep on throwing players towards that side of the map. Got Victor pushing through A at this point. He's going to... Actually, Victor might catch the bomb off. I know there's a fight going down on B, but I thought he was going to jump down the vents. Down the elevator. Maybe not.
Thing is, Ships actually also managed to win the fight as well over towards A, so gives them a little bit of a chance. Bomb going down. That's not wall bangable, and all you really done was give away your position. And an easy cleanup. Their existence gets the final frag. A little bit awkward. Maybe it's wall bangable with the op, and he thought it might have been with the AUG as well, but I think we can say that it quite clearly was not. Unless he just completely whiffed the spray and just gave him a haircut, but I don't think that was the case.
Nah, it looked pretty on him. Oh, we don't have a replay of it. I was hoping we would. Yeah, no, it looked pretty on him to me anyways. I'm assuming it's just not wall bangable. It's a pretty thick box.
Yeah, THICC.
Absolutely. I too find the box attractive. The, yeah, like you said, maybe it's wall bangable with an AK. Or, sorry, with an AWP. The AK for Hampus here opens it onto Ships. Blocker's up close. Never mind, Blocker's out. The B bomb site is going to be seized by the T side, as they still don't have the bomb, though. It's towards T spawn. So they are going to have to pull the rotations from the A players to go and get that. You can see Nox on his way.
I'm feeling like Existence may be in a bit of trouble here if he pushes forward. This Mag 7 from above. Oh, Bubble actually just got to jump down. That's not what I was expecting to happen. Was more... I was more prepared for Existence to walk into the angle of the shotgun, but clearly that wasn't the case. Not able to burn one alive, and Hampus there to finish it off by taking down Bubble. 8-3. GamerLegion showing why they picked this map for sure. Looking pretty solid so far here on the T side, but we can't count Windigo out just yet. There is still a good bit of room for them to work with here.
Yeah, there's wiggle room to pull this back. Look, we literally only have 1 game on the board, and that was... I'm not sure whether I'd say it was because Norwin... or whether the map was, you know, CT-sided. I don't think I'd go that far. I think AGO just didn't really have a grip on the map on their T side, and they were exploited by angles that they just weren't aware existed. I wouldn't give that the first map we saw played on Vertigo as an indication of how we expect it to be in the future. Wallbang battle going through and scaffolding. Scream's able to walk away alive, but sadly his team's already at a 2-man disadvantage. And they've got to be a little bit worried at this point.
Basically
being so low. Yeah.
Yeah. At this point, it's 2.5 men. Oh, Hampus actually gets a kill. I think the railings there might have actually slightly obstructed the view of Blocker. And in the end, causes them to go down. Scream able to catch the aggression from Ships. They don't need to get aggressive in this position. It's just risky. Poison, luckily enough, now set up on this B-bomb site. Gets another with the op. Eventually goes down to Knock, but he has a teammate nearby to hopefully trade, but hang on. Knock is making this happen, still has 55 seconds to work with. And the bomb is now being planted. Bubble coming in to try and save the day. USP in hand, up on the back. He knows, of course, that Knock has been heavily tagged up at least. Can he shut this down is the question. Coming in with the USP, has the angle, but no, Knock! He's just too quick around the smoke and comes in with a massive 1 versus 3. That is a round that Windigo should not be losing, and I guess kind of shows some of the inexperience that they have here on Vertigo.
This has been a beautiful T-side so far for GamerLegion. I mean, pulling back that situation, Nog did such a good job with the AWP. He exposed himself towards the CT spawn, but was just looking around that smoke. He suspected that the opponent was up close and personal, finds the win. But not able to pull it off. And now at this point, I think Windigo certainly leave a lot to be desired on the CT side. I want to see them connect the next couple rounds. Like, it's not that the map is, you know, decidedly CT or T-sided yet. We just don't have enough data. I've heard lots of opinions on which side's going to benefit from the close range angles, the spawns towards bomb sites, all that sort of stuff. But at the end of the day, 3 rounds on any map isn't enough, because if the pistol round goes towards GamerLegion on a 12-3 scoreline, you're already expecting it in most circumstances to swing up to a 14-3 scoreline, and from that point to expect you to be able to walk away with a victory, even as the favorite team, is a little bit too much. I want to see them finish this on 9-6. It gives them both wiggle room. If the pistol round goes to Windigo, then at least they'll be able to, you know, close in that scoreline and give us a really competitive map, because that's what we haven't seen so far on Vertigo. It's always been one team that just has more knowledge of the map, is a little bit more proficient, and outperforms their opponent again and again. We want to see a close match this time.
Yeah, you can't really judge a map if you're just seeing one-sided scorelines all the time. You want to see a close game, what works, what doesn't work, how you can counteract certain things, etc. And you need a competitive game for that. So let's hope that's going to be the case. Windigo again do still have some wiggle room to try and get their feet back on the ground there. Well, let's see if that's going to be possible, because already actually one player creeping up towards B. That is Hampus. Sadly, Scream being taken down elsewhere does mean a man advantage being found for Windigo. But again, the aggression coming in when it's not really needed. But it doesn't matter, because Blocker, he connects the shot. He's dropped low, but he's still alive. That's the main thing.
Dropped low as he may be. It's still a 2-man advantage for the CT side, and Windigo looking better in this round than we've seen so far. Perhaps this is where GamerLegion get put in their place, but remember, Nalk is still alive. AWP in play. But to pull off 5 is a little bit too much to ask. They've got control of middle, so they don't have to worry about the drop down from elevators with the quick flank on them. So they can push towards A with a little bit of security of mind. They know that they can't be flanked out. Yes, the one coming down the elevator, in fact. Quick rotation times to help out his teammates. Coming towards the bomb site, there's very fast rotations from Windigo as well. The whole team's almost here. Being watched, but the flank isn't where they should be concerned about. Bubble just walks through that smoke, takes down Existence. Now the Deagle out for Knock. He finds one. He's not conscious of the boost though, so gets dropped. And Blocker going to look to jump up on top of that blue box in just a second. You can see he wants to, but swinging around. HS had an opportunity. 2 players were low. He could have pulled it off, but it's not to be. 9-4. Windigo get themselves around the board. They do take heavy enough losses though, so the reinvestment is forced, meaning that their money is going to be pretty low if they do lose this round.
Yeah, it won't be terrible, but they'll only be getting $2,900, of course, going down 1/3 back to the 4-round loss bonus. So a few players would be able to buy, but not everyone. So they do need to win this round, and that's exactly how you want to start things off. Poison able to find the open and pick. A headshot, slight overkill, of course. You don't quite need to do that much damage with the up, but he wanted to, of course, be certain.
Why not? 400 damage, you might as well.
Yours is in the title before mine, Mitch, just because you were casting this with hockey yesterday. So what they probably done was just change title. You know, normally I'd be first. I'm clearly the more important person here.
I mean,
it was handsome person. I'm the
funnier
one of us.
All I'm saying, Dean, is check the VODs. All right, the other days it was ahead as well. Okay.
Okay. I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you. Fine.
I hope you give it to me. Oh god. Okay.
Jesus.
Let's move past that. Push coming towards.
Jesus Mary. Mother of God.
Dude, I'm trying to do my job here,
Pray for
goddammit.
this sinner.
I'm trying to do my job. Push comes towards the B bomb side. GamerLegion overwhelmed the CT side, but only with a one-man advantage. Still the bomb down. They've got plenty of positions to favor them here. They're peeking out. They're going aggressive. They could just go over to the head peek angle and win the round that way, but Scream's like, but I want to shoot heads. So he comes out 10-4. And this is a really strong advantage now for GamerLegion. I'm liking it.
Yeah, no, they're in such a great position now. At least they do it. They have double digits. They're going to have at least some security heading onto the second half. A little bit of room to work with if they lose the pistol, for example. And, of course, it is their map choice. So we're expecting them to have come into this a little bit more prepared than their opponents, if not a lot more prepared. And, yeah, so far that definitely has been the look of it. Windigo, though, decent buy, thankfully, able to come out. They get some rifles. They get a little bit of utility. No defuse kit, though, of course. So if it does come down to a retake, that's when they could begin to struggle. Let's see. Bubble, he's aggressive right now. A couple players very nearby. He pops up from the crouch and is able to actually find existence. Can he escape, though? Sadly not. The tagging from the bullets slow him down. He eventually drops, and it's just continuous trades up to this point, Mitch.
Yeah, back and forth. Do they expect Poison to be up close, though? That's the question. We've already seen that they can get a safe plan for Crane, and that is where they prefer to go for it. Poison, though, thinking about going through that smoke. Flashbang's perfect. He's not going to catch anything, though. Knocks there. Takes him down. Blocker was thinking about shooting through the smoke. He's going to go up on top of Blue. Knock has caught a couple players out in this angle before with the AWP as the smoke dissipates. Knock's the one to fall this time. It's in it with 2 versus 2, but the flank from Hampus is too powerful. He's got a deagle. One on the board in a second with the spray. 11-4. GamerLegion walk away with a huge advantage here on the half.
Yeah, the Hampus scared me a little bit there at the end, but he closed it out eventually. 11-4. Very dominant indeed. I mean, it was looking like it could have been worse for Windigo, but 4 just still isn't really going to be enough, I don't believe. If they pick up the pistol, maybe if they have some preparation, that's the thing we don't know. There's just question marks in the air again, Mitch. We don't know if Windigo have even practiced this map. Maybe they practiced it a little bit and they weren't feeling too confident. We don't know. They banned Nuke instantly. That's normally their insta-ban, so that's not surprising. So we're kind of going on blind eyes right now.
Yeah, that's it. We've seen a strong CT side. Now we're seeing a strong T side. We don't know which way things are going to swing in the grand scheme of things, or obviously no data on these individual teams and where they like to be positioned for Vertigo. But right now, I think just based on that scoreline and the potential pistol round, putting it up 13-4 in favor of GamerLegion if they win that, and then the follow-up, we could be looking at a very scary situation for Windigo. If they don't win the pistol, if they don't, they got to win the pistol first buy round, and then they're back to kind of what could be an even footing. So it's going to be a long road for them to get back into a strong position here.
Loot.bet. Made for live betting.
And we're back. If you think you know how this map's going to go down, head on over to Loot.bet to place your bets. Right now, though, I think I'd be siding with GamerLegion. I mean, we're both sellouts. That's fine.
Yeah, I mean, if I was gonna go bet somewhere, it'd probably have to be Loot.bet. But yeah,
but you can't,
a crucial pistol, so. a crucial pistol round. No, I don't bet. I'm not good enough to bet anyway. So I don't trust myself. I don't trust any decisions I make. So I'm just not gonna put money on the line, you know. But yeah, a crucial pistol round here. Windigo, they need to pick this up. Otherwise, it's pretty likely that GamerLegion, they'll at least find a 13-4 lead, most likely. And then going into the gun round, then it could be all up to that to decide if the game's going to be over, rather, or not. But look at this again, favored towards B. We've seen some rushes on the T side, but we haven't seen a bit of a slower approach like we are now from Windigo. Is it going to work out is the question. They actually went for a little bit of a split. The bomb has been planted, but they're slowly being chipped away at. They're down now into a 1-on-4. This is quickly unraveled. Poison in a very awkward position gets one, but I didn't really expect a lot from that spot.
Yeah, that's not the ideal situation. The Windigo losing that pistol, it puts them in a very, very scary situation. They're on shaky ground. Do they go for a force buy here with the bomb plant down? I mean, we saw GamerLegion take one and it worked out for them. Windigo looking to do the same. We've got a Galil bot up here from Bubble. He can drop that over and to a player that has head armor, but looks like he wants to use it himself. Everybody's got themselves some armor. And this is, look, it's not a terrible buy. Lots of rifles. Starting it out, though, Nog takes the opening kill. Both teams are on relatively even footing. 2 AUGs for the CT side is the only advantage that they see, but it's not even the AUGs that are finding the kills right now. SMG and a FAMAS in play. Existence takes another. Puts it into a 2-man advantage for his team as he falls, even with... Sorry, as Hampus falls. HS was coming up on a flank there. Didn't quite work out for him.
Yeah, sadly not. Bubble actually quickly taken down now, though, so I don't think it's going to be too much trouble for GamerLegion in this round. It is, of course, only Victor who remains. He's a Deagle in his possession. Kevlar as well. He is fully invested, of course. Doesn't look like this round is going to work out, and the question is now, do they buy up into this next round, or are they willing to take the eco, allow for GamerLegion to get a 14? Then at that point, of course, if they want to win in regulation, they'll need to take 12 in a row. You know, either that or they force buy again, try and take the win there, or did they get the win there and they can concede one to overtime. So there's a long list of winning conditions, as you would say, Mitch, and it's definitely all stacked against Windigo at this point.
Now this is a... Oh, okay. It's not poison this time. Someone from Windigo's dipped out. Listen. Chips? Yeah. Chips is gone. Chip's out of here. He's bailed. Doesn't want anything to do with this. No, obviously he's having a little bit of internet issues. The Windigo side are plagued by these whenever I seem to see them. I don't know if it's just me.
Mitch, I have an issue. I just realized that the M in Scream isn't capitalized, and it's kicking in the OCD that I don't even have.
Oh, now it's doubled. Yeah, there's 2 of them now.
Oh no, there's 2 of them. Yeah, that's gonna happen to one player when someone from the other team disconnects. Hampus is also a traitor.
Oh, well, look, I don't like that we're calling him a traitor. He could be a spy. He's infiltrated Windigo. Obviously, just to explain to you guys at home, at the moment, so we're doing this from a clean feed, but the guys in production, they've got a custom UI. That's why it's not the same as, obviously, the one you see in-game. At the moment, Hampus is still on the CT side. He can't see the other team's economy or anything like that. It has to fill all the slots, so it duplicates a player and pushes one to the left. Seen a couple highlights from earlier on in the game, and I'm surprised that head peek angle there. We often see the CT side winning that on the stairs, and I figured that it would be more of a T side thing, right? You're able to keep popping on up, just showing your head, catch them off guard maybe, but I suppose it's such a narrow angle at the same time that if someone's aiming at the middle of it, it's a very small flick to get over to your head. You're also on the low ground, I suppose, as well. It's not as significant as, let's say, if a player's on short and you're down on ramp. You know, that it's a much wider angle. When you're peeking down, you can you can catch them off by just constantly shifting position. But it's so narrow. You know, you're talking about 3-player width. If even, is it even the width of three-player models?
Maybe close to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it would. I think it'd be just about. Yeah, it looks like it is. HS though, he's going to be testing your theory, and he gets absolutely wrecked by blockers. So, for now, at least, the Deagle was definitely favored in that exchange. Spam coming through. This is a lot of damage. It's actually a 3-on-2 as well. No memes intended. It actually was a lot of damage overall. But now a 2-on-2. Poison and Blocker, they're both very, very capable players. Maybe even 2 of the better fraggers over on this Windigo side. So you definitely can't count them out. At 2v2, let's see where they're going to take it, though. It looks like they are going to go towards B. Because as you can see already, Blocker has actually managed to cover some ground.
I was concerned because the player over towards A just kept on pushing, and they could have picked up the bomb and rotated over. Blocker misses the shot. Eventually, Poison's there to connect it, though. Now it's all onto Knock. 1 versus 2. We've seen him do this with the scoped weapons before. Last time it was an AWP and he was on the T side. He's coming up behind them. They don't seem to expect it. This could get scary. Catches them off guard. 1 kill on the board, but the time is so low to get this done. He has a smoke in play. Does he go and smoke the bomb, get the defuse? It looks like he will. Peeks directly afterwards though. No time anymore. He's got to stick it. The spam coming through. Poison with the knife. He's going to get it though. Defusing inside the smoke. Poison wasn't able to get it and eventually drops as well. Knock pulls it off again. What the hell is going on?
I can't believe they've done that.
I mean, what? He spammed through, he knifed.
I think he may have been able to just slightly see the leg as well, but I'm not too sure because I think it may have been only for the spectators that he was shown, because smokes can be a little bit different. But yeah, maybe just a bit of miscommunication rather, about exactly where it was planted. That's the problem with a new map. Maybe calling down to the exact plant spot can be a little bit more complicated when you don't have that experience.
I'm gonna need a minute to calm down from that. That's goddamn. I mean, 14-4. If that was Windigo winning it, look, imagine the momentum it would give them. But just being able to sit there, get the defuse in a 1 versus 2 with so little time, that's demotivating. So it's a nice nade. That's the damage done. And going down with the spam as well to 50 HP. As we're going to see a push towards this bomb site for sure. Knock here with the AWP. He's surely just been spotted there. What? Okay, nice flick. Takes down Bubble. He's looking for more. Doesn't know there's a player coming up on his left, though. As that's Blocker creeping around. Just 2 HP left on Knock. He's eventually going to be eliminated with a swift headshot. And now with those smokes down, the potential to get a bomb plant's definitely there. Blocker just keeps on going. Taking down Existence. He's going to eventually plant the bomb safely behind the blue boxes as Poison takes down 1 with the AWP. They've made the ground. You know, they're up towards the top of the ramp, so Poison's able to get the work done with the op in this position. HS swings out, though, to try and find 1. He does, but watch out for Blocker. HS is indeed watching. Brings it to a 1v2, but this time GamerLegion aren't able to pull it back. The odds were just not quite there for them. Windigo looking a little bit better with a 14-5, but again, I mean, the CT side, we're pulling it back a little. They're getting a lot more ground in these rounds than maybe they should be.
Yeah, that's the issue. Windigo, they're definitely showing they have the individual skill. We've never doubted that. It's just certainly the preparation does seem to be lacking. Well, let's see. In this round, at least, they're up against a very weak investment, an MP9. And other than that, it is just pistols, a couple Deags, a 5.7, and a CZ. And already a man advantage being found. A little bit unfortunate there for Existence. He got caught as he was trying to drop down the elevator. Strange place for an aid, but it worked out perfectly. He actually got stuck on top of it, I believe. Oh, and then dropping right into the crosshair of Bubble. That's the fate for Hampus.
Windigo at least consistently getting the rounds on the board. They're building up a better economy for themselves. The Ships takes down 2 and secures all 5 players left alive. Still, GamerLegion have such a significant lead at this point. This is what we were talking about earlier, Dean. You know, we were saying that if GamerLegion managed to get themselves up there with a pistol win and then the first buy round, you're already looking at a 14-X scoreline, so it's a massive comeback needed. I mean, for a regulation win at the moment, we're going to need 10 consecutive rounds from Windigo. That's a little bit more than you want to be expecting from a T-side team on any map.
Apologies, Mitch. The dog was in the background barking there, so I actually couldn't speak for a moment. I'm sure everyone would like to meet the dog. She's cute, but I don't think it's too suitable for the stream. But yeah, right now Hampus, he is very low. He's all alone, and it looks like in his rotation he is going to be cut off sadly by Bubble. No, what the hell? Bubble, I guess not being prepared for that peak to actually come in. That's a little bit awkward. Blocker actually going to get taken down as well. What is that? How is Hampus allowed to win that round? He had 19 HP. He walked into the crosshair of the first player and then just gets pushed down and hits an instant headshot in the second.
4 kills, Dean. 4 kills in that round. He took down Poison with a USP. He took down Victor with a USP. And then the AK double to finish things off. This is what I mean. You know, just GamerLegion getting too much ground in the rounds that they have no business winning. Or where Windigo start to look ahead, where they have the better positions, they have them cut off. Now, let's see if they can pull this one back, because they're at a 2-man disadvantage on the CT side. Hampus, Knock, and Scream. 2 scopes. One is an AUG, one an op. We've seen Knock with the op. We've seen him with the clutches. He's holding down A, though, and so he won't get tested too heavily until the retake comes to play. As Hampus falls towards the B bomb site, the bomb starts to rotate up, and the plant is going to be easily secured. With GamerLegion's economy at this point, I said Knock wouldn't be tested until the retake comes through. I wonder if he'll be tested at all. Going for this with such low money could be a mistake. You know, you might want to see them saving over. They are being hunted down either way, and indeed they decide not to push. Knock is just posted up watching the flank. Scream. He's got to be careful because Victor, of course, over towards the scaffolding, is ready to come up behind them a little bit later on and try to drop these weapons.
Yeah, saving definitely the best idea. They do need to save both weapons, though. If they do, I wouldn't really be too surprised if Knock maybe drops over a rifle to a teammate. But already, Scream has been taken down by Victor, and with that now, Knock under a lot of pressure. He's stuck in towards the back of A. He's being pushed down from at least one position at the moment. Is indeed going to be a flank in the B-op from Ships. Right over the op bullet. That's an op they could retrieve if they wanted, but they already have one on Poison, so not even going to be needed. But yeah, 8 more rounds is what they need now to take in a row just to send this into overtime. So even with picking that one up, there's still a lot of room for GamerLegion. They just need to get one round to close out the win here on Vertigo. And of course, then up after that will be Overpass, and if needed, I believe Dust 2 will be the decider, Mitch, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yeah, so it's obviously Vertigo first, Overpass, and then, like you said, Dust number 2 as the decider. Right now, I mean, GamerLegion, I'm not sure if I'm going to give it over to them just because of the fact that they know the map better. I mean, that was certainly the case, I think, with the Nora win victory yesterday, or the day before. But GamerLegion right now, they just look like a stronger individual team. Sure, Windigo have been on form recently, and they're losing out situations where they have advantages. They have positions. You know, they have the bomb plant, for example, in a 2v1 with barely any time left. They're just GamerLegion looking like a well-oiled machine, but not even that. The individuals as well are showing up. And talking about that, Hampus picks up 2 with a pistol. He's coming in with an AK-47 now, trying to replicate the previous round with 2 USP kills and then 2 AKs. Let's see if he can do it. Chip's getting a little bit sneaky. He's pushing into CT spawn as Poison finds one onto HS. The CT side maybe not looking so good because Ship's about to catch it. He's not going to catch an angle on him. Existence has made it to the bomb site now with a 5-7. He's got a 1 versus 1 with the planter. This could get a little bit scary with the 5-7 up relatively close. The AK missing the shot for now. Bubble eventually going to be taken down. Existence finds one, Knock with another, and it's all on Poison to pull this off. 1 versus 2. The bomb not planted, and it's over, Dean. My God. What a way to finish it off. GamerLegion coming through with just a feast of individuality.
Yeah, absolutely heartbreaking. Existence was having a tough game, but he steps it up there in that last round and gets perhaps 2 of the most important frags he found all game. Closes it out with ease, 16-7, and that was definitely a very decisive victory. But I'm still not really too worried for Windigo because I know going on to Overpass they'll feel comfortable, and I know if they can take it to Dust 2, they will also be pretty solid there on that map. And of course, this GamerLegion roster is pretty new, so the preparation for them does still have to be kind of questioned on all maps.
One thing you got to note as well is that Poison still did really well. We were questioning how he'd be able to perform. He got 20 kills, 85 ADR with AWP. Considering such a bad scoreline for them, they're losing 16-7. That's still a pretty decent position to be in at the end. But Knock, he came in with, I know it said on 28 on the scoreboard, but it was 29. Of course, he got that team kill, which gave him -1. 112 ADR. And that's only what he did to the enemies. And Hampus up there above 100 on 104 as well. Absolutely insane. 3 players breaching 20 kills. And it's just Windigo couldn't get on the board. I mean, they allowed GamerLegion to walk over them as individuals. And I think that was the main walkaway, or the main takeaway from that game for me. It wasn't necessarily that GamerLegion were playing the map better as a team. I think team-wise and preparation levels seemed to be relatively close on the map. It was just they were winning out these insane clutch situations that Windigo just, I mean, you can let 1 or 2 of them happen, but not on a consistent basis.
Yeah, I think that really just does kind of come down to the lack of understanding of the map. They quite clearly haven't really put in as much preparation as we've seen from that GamerLegion lineup. They're a new team, and I think if you're a new team at this point, Vertigo is definitely kind of the go-to map. Okay, we should get this. We can use it as a bit of a wild card, maybe get some upsets on it. So yeah, as I said, I'm still not really too worried heading on to Overpass. But of course, as I just mentioned, we do have Overpass coming up next, guys. We're going to go ahead and actually send it over to a quick break. And as soon as the players are ready to hop on into that next map, we will get things going live again, rather.
Loot.bet. Made for live betting.
You and me, hanging from the willow tree, quietly drifting in the open breeze. Suddenly, the wind blows you away from me. Now I see we were never meant to be. If only we could travel back in time. Whoa, right where we belong. Maybe we'll never need a reason why. Whoa, dancing till the dawn. If only we could travel back in time. Whoa, right where we belong. Maybe we'll never need a reason why. Whoa, dancing till the dawn. Born from the same branch and leaves, wild and free, living here in harmony. Don't you see? This is where you want to be. But when you leave, the world is never what it seems. If only we could travel back in time. Whoa, right where we belong. Maybe we'll never need a reason why. Whoa, dancing till the dawn. If only we could travel back in time. Whoa, right where we belong. Maybe we'll never need a reason why. Whoa, dancing till the dawn.
shattering, shattering a part of me, and I can take it. My heart is so hollow, the blood has an echo inside of my veins. My heart is so hollow, your voice is an arrow, making the pain. My heart is so hollow, hollow, hollow. My heart is so hollow, hollow, hollow.
Chase the wind and touch the sky. A star's light shines on long after it dies. Oh, in the night, I live every day as if it's your last. All memories been bright like beacons of the past. Oh, in the night, now we race against the sun. Now we race against the sun. Ooh.
Loot.bet. Made for live betting.
Hello everybody and welcome back to Windigo and GamerLegion. This is map number 2. GamerLegion are ahead by 1 after winning out the previous map of Vertigo. Best of 3 ticker up the top doesn't say that though. We'll get that fixed. But we can't guarantee. Map number 2. Oh, there we go. Map number 2 has a 1-0 advantage for GamerLegion. Coming over to Overpass, the map pick of Windigo, where perhaps they stand a chance at redemption. My name is Mitch, and joining me here is, of course, as always, the young, beautiful, and luscious Dean Brown. How you doing today, Dean?
The hell, Mitch?
I just need to get my feelings out there.
All right, I'll ignore them like I always have. But yeah, no, I'm excited for this. But I think Windigo definitely stand more than a chance. Overpass for them is their best map, I'd say, by a pretty decent margin. They've played it a lot. They have great results versus good teams. I think they're up there with nearly a 90% win ratio or something along those lines. So I definitely think they still have a pretty great chance. They have Dust 2 then up next as well, if they can get the victory here. So I think this best of 3 still really could go either way. As you can see, we're ready to kick off the action, Mitch. It's going to be a quick play in towards B to peek alongside the flash. Doesn't really work out for Ships. So he gets shut down by the Glock, sadly, up close. And with that now, of course, Victor is under a lot of pressure, being overwhelmed. Blocker and Bubble, though, come in to give their assistance. And they give a little bit of a chance again into this round. It's actually the 3-on-2 now, as it begins to fall apart somewhat for GamerLegion. What was that headshot? I think it was actually Blocker who got. I thought it was Bubble for a moment who got the one in between. But it wasn't. But yeah, Windigo, quick pistol round coming in, and it started off a little bit awkward for them, but a good recovery. Great play by Blocker in the pit, of course. Just not even specifically, he did get 3 kills, of course, which is amazing, but he just stayed alive for so long, allowed for his teammates to rotate in.
This is a good start for Windigo. Remember, these guys have won 16 out of 17 iterations of Overpass. The last 17 times they've played it, they won 16. So this is certainly a home ground for them. It's where they feel comfortable. And these are against, I mean, look, it's not against small teams. I'm talking big, G2, MIB or Fnatic, Prosto, Chaos, you know, 3D Max as well, when they were 3D Max. This is a strong Overpass team, and that's no exaggeration. The GamerLegion have their work cut out for them, considering their very limited practice time, and they've only got 1 play on it, which was a 16-5 loss to Chaos, a team that Windigo have consistently beaten on this map. Most recently, it was 16-12. So, this, I mean, look, Windigo are favored in the series overall. This should be a map they walk away with, and as you can see, this is a very swift round. Dealing with this force by efficiently, GamerLegion come into the next round with nothing, and Windigo building up the rounds early on certainly doesn't help to dismantle the narrative of them being favored on this map.
Yeah, no, it makes things a little bit more comfortable for them. They get off to a good start. They don't have to worry about the economy as much, at least not until they go up against the rifles. And of course, because GamerLegion did force buy into that previous round, they get to go up against a full eco now. Going to be coming in with a few SMGs in play, a couple of rifles. Ideally, they want to try and keep everyone alive, of course. And at that point, then they would be allowed to build up a little bit of money in the reserve, which is always nice, especially when you've got this many SMGs in play, because it's pretty likely Windigo, if they don't upgrade in this next round, that they probably will just keep these SMGs in play. And of course, up against the rifles, that's not ideal, but it definitely can pay off.
You know,
we go. Oh, apologies, Mitch. You can go on.
My bad, dude. I was just. This should be pretty easy, right? We only really need to comment if something goes down for GamerLegion that we don't expect. We've got farming off this MP9. The thing that's really surprising about me, I'm just looking at more of their stats on this map. Like, they've played it 26 times in the last 3 months in a professional setting, which made it to HLTV. So let alone how many times they've scrimmed it. Of those 26 times, again against very good teams, they've had an 84% win rate on it. And the other thing that's kind of surprising about it is that when you play a map so much, there's a lot of data out there on how you're playing it, right? It's so easy to sit down and you've literally got 26 VODs of them playing this against high-level teams that you should be able to look back through and think, you know, how do we want to dismantle them here? Now, a lot of teams like to play into their own prowess. They don't like to counter other teams so much. And more centralized around playing their own game. But this is something GamerLegion maybe have a little bit of preparation on. Maybe they looked at Windigo and had a look at some of these VODs. We're starting the round off with a man advantage for Gamer, as Scream takes a little bit of damage, but it's not substantial enough to kind of remove him from any aim duels. Especially with the AK in hand, the potential for that insta-kill headshot. And so at 3-0, this will be a really strong round for the T side to pick up, and they're making progress towards the say bomb site. Windigo have opted to take control of short, which sadly won't work out all too well for them if this bomb site is seized for GamerLegion.
Yeah, and it looks like it will be, of course. There is just blocker on the bomb site. Definitely could put up a defense, but needs to be cautious. I guess one positive is pretty much everyone's coming in from long. But a flash put in place, it allows for, of course, existence to open things up. Scream also being left on a flank is actually going to be in a great position to cut off that rotation from Poison. But as I say that, he has allowed for Poison to completely bypass, who's pushed up now close in the bathrooms. Maybe if he catches a player on the site off guard, there could be a nice chance. But it's actually Scream he catches off guard in the end. Unfortunately for him, that's all he's really allowed to get done before being traded out on, and now it's all into the hands of Victor. Does he expect another player up close is the question, because he may just walk into the crosshair and be taken down swiftly. It wasn't even needed, actually, because Nox just wallbangs him.
Yeah, you might as well use the op. With that position, I suppose, you know, he's probably towards the top of the stairs. HS is calling the steps are pretty close, so... Wallbang connected 3-1. Here's where Windigo face a bit of an obstacle. They're coming into this round with limited utility. They've got themselves one kit up alongside their full rifles, and if they lose this one, GamerLegion get it back up 3-3 almost definitely, as Windigo would have to go to an eco. They're going to attempt short control with the AWP. Poison going in aggressively. Nox ready for it though, only finds one. Now trapped. Hampus saves his life though, keeping him alive with 8 HP. And that's a two-man advantage, whatever way you look at it. GamerLegion looking to still hit towards that B bomb site, but the rotations have come down. Victor's here to help keep that short control in their possession, as there's going to be a very long flank going through from their teammate. It might not be possible, though, for Bubble to get involved in this action, because as the bomb goes down, it's 2 versus 3, and Scream is watching him up close. It kind of looks like he had an idea, now running. Bubbles heard him, knows it's a free kill from him in connector. Gonna try come behind and catch Scream off guard.
Yeah, will he manage to is the question. Timing may just work in his favor, and yeah, there we go. Actually had a teammate coming in as well from the door, of course. Problem is, the bomb has now been planted, and they don't really seem to realize what bomb site it is. I think they do now. Probably heard that it was down on B once they got towards short, and that's a little bit awkward. They were able to just walk out Monster and take over the site without Windigo really realizing what was actually going on. It is, of course, still winnable, though, as they do have a defuse kit in play, but not. He's been a great player so far for GamerLegion. Can he keep it up? He gets the first shot. Going to be able to connect it again to finally finish off Blocker. He tagged him up previously through the corner of the wood. HS is there to actually finish off the round itself. A second for GamerLegion is found. Finally a round with the guns going in their favor, but coming into this one now... Actually, I was going to say Windigo should have been able to buy, but they can't at all. The money's completely destroyed. On an awkward position. They do have, I believe, 2400 rather coming in this next round, so they'll be able to get a pretty solid buy, but it doesn't really give them any pistols in this round even. I thought they would at least be able to upgrade and maybe have a chance to get some damage.
No, it's not possible. As you can see, if they do go in for any upgraded pistols, it's going to hurt them a lot in the next round, though. Able to swing out with the USPs and isolate a couple players. There you go, 2 kills on the board. This is already a pretty good round, considering Hampus is low. This could get very scary. Scream's gonna have to perform a couple of those one-taps. He goes down. Hampus on 3 HP, 1 versus 3. What is this round? GamerLegion are behind. All of a sudden, Windigo walk away with a full eco. On the CT side as well.
I don't know, Mitch.
That is just abysmal from GamerLegion being caught off guard like that.
Yeah, no, that was that was a shocking round there for GamerLegion to lose. That completely destroys their economy. That puts them down on an eco now. Luckily enough, it's not the old economy system, so they only have to go for the 1 eco rather than 2. But it's still not a good position to be in. They get a couple upgraded pistols in this round. Actually, just the 1 deagle. Everyone else just sticking onto the Glocks. Actually, a 2nd deagle eventually being pulled out. They are very late leaving spawn. I think there may be some issues, Mitch. You can hear the... Well, you can't hear it. Apologies. I forgot you have no sound at all. But they were typing in the chat, and that usually means that a stop is being called. Maybe an issue, a connection problem over on the GamerLegion side, or perhaps just a misbuy, because actually it has already been match medicked.
I don't know if you can. All right, let me try that again. I don't know if you can match medic because of that.
Mitch.
Yeah. Well, I suppose if the other team agrees to let you match medic it, you can reset the round because of a misbuy, but I think it's more likely that it's going to be a technical issue with the pause being called in directly afterwards.
Definitely a little bit more likely. I just like speculating, Mitch. You know,
like pulling out awkward scenarios.
Creating gossip. I love the goss.
Who bought a negative? Who bought the negative? Come on. Yeah, well, you know, even we see the Nova, right? Like a couple of games ago, we saw a Nova being bought. You can't match medic that. You click the wrong button. Tough luck. You gotta deal with that. But no,
I mean, if it's a negative you buy, then you just use it. That
oh yeah, if you buy a negative, it's the right weapon. You don't need a match medic. You don't need to reset the round.
Not a mistake. Remember before it was buffed, and I think it was NBK bought it, wrote into the chat, "Sorry, accident," and then aced.
Yeah, I remember that. I think actually Hawka tried to tell me about that yesterday, and I couldn't remember. It was the sorry accident. I remember.
Yeah.
Jogged my memory of it. Yeah, I just remember.
Brilliant.
Oh god.
This was when it was a pretty bad weapon.
Yeah. That was like, it looked like the ultimate move of disrespect, but he did tell them beforehand. Ooh, Bubble catches one off. He's going to be backing on out of there. GamerLegion, not as lucky when they've got the weak weapons, unfortunately. Unable to catch Windigo off guard. They're ready for it. Although they are, you know, committing to a much slower round. You saw there the kill that came down in toilets. You're allowed to find one and back off, get out of there without too much of a follow-up. But whereas Windigo, when they were on the USP round, they all peak together. Like, you swing in to find one guy off guard. Oh, look, there's 5 USPs looking at you. And you can gun kick one of them pretty well. You ain't going to be able to gun kick 5 people. I feel like the structure... Rounds like this in general, though, right? It's the thing, the matchmaking call. You know, Eco Rush B. Or Eco Rush. It's always Eco Rush somewhere because you can just overwhelm your opponents. GamerLegion take a much slower and a much more methodical approach to it, which, sadly, on a round like this, is once you get into an aim duel, you're not winning it. If you've got the Deagle, maybe. If you've got a Glock and you're, you know, headshotting them once. I mean, I think James Bardolph showed us it perfectly, right? When he had the came up behind the guy with the Glock. That said, he must have missed about 96% of his shots. But you know, one headshot's just not enough. You need 2, 3.
I want to add to what you said. As you kind of said, yeah, maybe if you have the Deagle, I think the only times really where it's suitable to go slow in an eco is if you either have Deagles or if you have utility alongside your pistols, because then it can be a little bit more useful late in the round. So it's yeah, a little bit interesting, but let's see what's going to happen in this gun round, because Bubble gets very aggressive. Apparently didn't hear any of the footsteps and ends up going down very easily. Fortunately, Poison was nearby, so a 1-for-1 trade at least gonna be confirmed. But in theory, that 4v4 now should favor GamerLegion.
Well, that's on paper. Let's see how it works out in practice. Poison is getting very frisky with that AWP. Pushing up through toilets all by himself. He's got no support at all. Next closest player is either long or sight. eventually decides to back off as utility is being thrown over towards the B bomb site. GamerLegion still have lots of time though. They don't have to dedicate themselves towards this bomb site. They've almost sold a bit of a fake at this point, slowing it down after the utility used to get through, but now they push on in. There's 2 players still on this bomb site despite the opening kill. Poison finding himself a double with the AWP. Blocker with 1. It's all on Hampus. He's done it before, but this time Blocker's there. Close out the round as a 6-2 scoreline for Windigo. And I gotta say again, like GamerLegion losing that round where they had the pistols, where they were against the USPs, that's really cost them. 2 rounds isn't a good scoreline at this point, and this could easily be a 5-3 right now. Would definitely put them up in a better win rate, and there'd be a lot less responsibility on their shoulders, because as these rounds go on, Windigo start to get a better and better economy built up. This one, you shouldn't see too much damage. It's a hero rifle alongside pistol armor. And so if Windigo can get through this round pretty cleanly as well, they'll be set up for 2 buys in a row. And then things get scary for GamerLegion, because they're not looking very good in these buy rounds as is. But that was, I mean, that was definitely over-aggressive from Blocker.
Yeah, not too necessary when they know that they're up against one of these weaker buys, but he did at least have some backup. Problem is, a trade again comes in, and now it's just weapons that they've given away. A second rifle not yet to actually be picked up, but there should, I believe, be one for them to go ahead and retrieve. So with a 3-on-3, this could definitely get dangerous for Windigo. If GamerLegion can even get a bomb plant, or maybe get 1 more kill, then it's a round that I think they will be happy with the amount of damage that they're actually able to put in. Because, of course, Hampus is the only one to have actually invested into this. Floating stickers, Mitch.
On which? On Bubble? Oh, there it is, yeah. I couldn't see it for a second. Yeah, the floating Hellraiser.
I think it's a Hellraiser sticker, yeah. You can see it from a little bit of an angle. But it's been slowed down massively by GamerLegion. They're grouping up a B now, of course. And I believe they're walking into a site that's only going to have a single defender being shipped. So this could be dangerous. If they take him down, at least get a 1-for-1 trade, then a bomb plant should be put in place. Let's see, he has a chance to maybe catch someone off guard. Scream completely destroys them. Problem is, Victor comes in from heaven. He's able to find 2, leaving it all onto the hands of Knock now as he looks for the bomb plant. Actually goes ahead and stops it for the moment. Gets the first. But luckily enough, Victor had come in to ensure that at least a trade could be found.
2 rounds on the board, T side. Pressure's mounting for GamerLegion at the moment. They've got to start getting these up. Getting that score up a little bit higher. And Hampus even comes into this round with a deagle. Now on Vertigo, we saw him, you know, 2 kills with a USP, 2 kills with a deagle, picks up a rifle and keeps the round on rolling. Windigo are certainly looking a lot more comfortable. And you can see, I mean, look, there's a lot of flaws, I suppose, in a way, showing through for Windigo. The main one for me is just the aggression on their CT side. I think a lot of the times they're giving away way too much. That sure, maybe GamerLegion will get a couple kills in rounds where they have, like, deagles and upgraded pistols, but they shouldn't be gifted them. They should have to work for them. Whereas Windigo constantly want to just get up in their opponents' faces. And I think maybe they just didn't have a read on the buy. They thought it was going to be AKs.
I mean, when you think of aggression, you do think of Windigo. It's kind of a trait that you definitely do have to associate with their playstyle. So sometimes there is a very fine line that you can cross, and I'd say that kind of was the case a little bit before. I'm not sure if you can hear it, but I think there's like a robbed car or something near my house because I can hear skidding. Did you hear that?
Joyriding, yeah. I could I walked out of a house down there with you about 2 months ago, and there was just a car crashed into a wall.
Oh Jesus!
The whole thing just completely destroyed. It was interesting.
Was there anyone at the car, or did the people who?
No, it had happened. It had happened at like 4 a.m.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was middle of the night stuff. I didn't hear it. But,
ooh,
okay.
That was a tight angle from Poison.
Knock's not happy with that one. You can guarantee yourself that. He goes out for more. Alright. Getting a cinematic angle. You good?
It wasn't 29 FPS, so it couldn't be cinematic. 27, sorry. 27.
Okay, so my bad, dude. My bad. Let me lower down the FPS for the next one.
Yeah.
Next time they change it.
But yeah, I'm gonna presume the observer probably accidentally leaned on a spacebar because I've had that happen before.
Yeah, see, mine's mouse down, mouse wheel down.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, mine does it as well. My mouse wheel down and stuff, but it's on my jump button. Also.
Yeah, you gotta have a. Well, see, jump should be my space bar is crouch.
Yeah, no, that sounds like a good idea, but I've just gotten very used to control. I have long fingers, so it's easy enough for me to reach control, and I have shift. Oh no, sorry, I have shift as crouch and control as slow walk.
I have perfectly average length fingers, so I.
Yeah, perfectly, probably below average, like your height.
I mean, we can get into the mathematical debate of what average is.
We've gone over this before. Me and Jason Kaplan sat you down. We told you the truth. You Googled it and you almost cried. Right, Mitch?
Listen.
You're 5'7".
Listen.
You're not average height.
The first.
No one cares except for you.
5'8".
We enjoy
5'8".
you having to stand on a box so that you can reach the casting.
Hey! Whoa! You guys are too tall, okay? You guys are too goddamn tall. Not fair.
We're not that. Well, okay, Jason's pretty tall. I'm like in between 6'3" and 6'4". He's 6'6", so I'll give you that. But yeah, the desk itself was, I guess, moderately high. It just was too high for you in general.
It was too moderately high. It was a big desk, all right. If a person.
I mean, but if you were an average man.
Wow. All right. Pause is coming undone. We can move on before the tears become audible. Yeah, you got a double up setup coming out for the CT side right now. Ships and Poison deploying them. We've seen this before. Remember back over at SEC, the ships on that secondary AWP. I think Bubble took it as well.
No, Bubble for a while was their primary opera before they brought in Poison, I believe.
Yeah.
And even before they had ships.
Before they snatched Poison from B-Pro.
Yeah.
The feeder team.
Well, they did. I think he kind of just left to go join them. They didn't really snatch him. It was his decision, you know?
I don't know if a lot of people know about that. There was like a lot of controversy around it because Poison still had a contract with B-Pro and he just left. He just pieced out and went to Windigo. There was.
I think it was also that they wouldn't accept the buyout that was in his contract.
Yeah, yeah.
There's a little bit more to it, Mitch. You're making people here look bad that aren't bad. And
I think
for both sides, it's a little bit awkward. I think both sides can add some issues.
Well, that's what I mean.
Like,
there was a lot of controversy.
You don't want to be losing your good players every single time you get a good player.
Yeah.
They'd lost previously, but look at this. An attempt at the lineup from Victor was very close indeed. But he's only able to find one. Do they expect Chips to actually be up close with the op, though? It's an awkward position for this weapon. You do have to be a little bit worried for him. He's able to stay in the smoke for a small period of time before eventually being taken down. And now a 4-on-3 in play. Free take definitely going to be a hand for Windigo. This is the best chance we've seen in a while for GamerLegion to pick up another round.
Oh, maybe not, as Knock goes down through the flank. Monster HS falls as well. Things are looking bad. They've still got a little bit of monster control with Existence coming up. Of low HP Bubble's going to fall very quickly as well. As they try to hunt him down, they've got to deal with Hampus on short. The time is ticking away. Windigo on this retake. Take out the pistols. Poison grabs one on the P250, but the flank comes up. Existence not expected to be in this angle. Catches it through the smoke. And this should be it. It should be over. There's very little time. Poison going to try it. He's going to stick it. Does he have time? 2 seconds on the clock. This is going to be close, but he's got it just about. By the narrowest of margins, he walks away with a victory for his team, 9-2, and GamerLegion again failing to get anything else on the board. This is not looking good for the T side.
That's a round the GamerLegion really should have been able to have won there. I want to say something, Mitch. When it gets close, you know the saying, the skin of your teeth.
Absolutely.
I've never understood it because there's no skin in your teeth.
I think that's the idea, right? Like, you've got skin and bone everywhere, so it's like there's like the least amount of skin on your teeth. Kind of, it's a weird one though. Yeah.
I don't know, but how does that mean it's close, or just barely?
Because the skin is thinner, I think. Yeah, it is.
It's
a weird.
It's just not there.
Well, maybe it comes from a time when they thought there was like, maybe, I don't know how hygiene was. Dental hygiene might not have been good. They might have thought plaque was skin. I don't know. I don't know. Apparently, people didn't really think the world was flat, like back when Vasco da Gama circumnavigated and everything. That caught me by surprise. It was like.
Apparently, a lot of educated people already knew it was round.
I think it's kind of like a lot of countries.
The lower class of people.
Yeah, but I think it's the way a lot of countries like to say like Ireland are like super religious, but we're not really. Like, we've quite a low kind of, you know, belief rate or whatever, but it's like outside of that realm, people think it is, you know, that kind of thing. Outside perspective, Scream's doing well here. Pulls it back into a 3 versus 3 by taking Poison down. The swing comes out. Blocker with one, and not the second on the spray down, so it's down to a 1v1. As Victor comes up, HS has time to get that bomb planted. Where does he want to go afterwards, though? Oh, he's not even going to plant it. He's going down towards bank already. Looking for the kill. Victor might be caught by surprise on this one. He's ready for it. But HS finds the shot to the head, and finally a round on the board for GamerLegion. And it looks like I was wrong. Apparently it wasn't Vasco da Gama. It's been a long time since I did history. It was, oh no, I've lost the comment. I'm sorry. It was Burnow? I don't know about that. Looking it up.
I'll let you handle all this stuff, Mitch.
Magellan. Yeah, indeed. Ferdinand Magellan. Okay. My bad. Magellan circumnavigated. Vasco found the alternative trade route to India, right? I think.
I don't know. You've lost me, Mitch. You've probably lost about 95% of the chat. I know what you're saying.
It's history.
I just don't care enough to listen.
It was like the only interesting part of our history course. Then we went on to like
I
buildings
enjoyed,
and
like,
stuff.
of like the history of like war and everything.
Yeah. Well, I mean that was close
and
enough, right?
And kind of like, I mean,
like I'll tell you something, right? Magellan, correct me if I'm wrong, chat. I'm fairly sure the guy that first sailed all the way around the Earth to prove that it was actually round. Which is brave. I mean, if you think you're going to sail off the edge, that's pretty brave. I think
Portuguese people telling you what actually happened there, Mitch.
Are they? He got killed, I know. On the way back around Africa, they stopped to help fight a tribe.
Oh yeah, no,
fight
I
a
do
tribe
know
and he got
this.
killed.
Now you've sparked my memory.
Yeah, and so Vasco da Gama discovered the track for India by. Yeah, exactly. That's the one, right? Thank you, man. So Vasco da Gama was the one that went. Yeah, he found the alternative trade route to India. Instead of going along land, he found you could sail it, and then Magellan circumnavigated it, but technically he died before they got all the way around. So
you're pronouncing that really wrong.
Apparently. Oh, I know I am. I'm sorry. I'm Irish. There's no way I'm pronouncing that right. I apologize.
Magellan. It reminds me of what's the Magdalene sisters.
Oh God, don't bring that up.
Yeah,
let's not go into that.
Me of that.
Let's not go into the homes and all that. People don't need to know. We got some bad history in Ireland. Let's put it that way.
It's a beautiful country we're in, but
it is now.
But yeah, 9-3. GamerLegion can definitely actually still make this a decent half, and actually this round is going extremely well for them. Knock finds 2. Quick kill, of course, over towards Long as well. HS quickly drops Blocker. He doesn't really do much to stop them from getting to the site. With that now, it's only Ships who's left, and I was gonna say he has basically no chance, but I think he's found another like 5% onto his opportunities as he found the bomb. Sadly, it still wasn't enough as he does go down to Hampus in the end.
Well, 9-4. Look, GamerLegion, they've got 4 on the board. I'd like to see them with 6 moving over to the next half. It'll be a difficult run for them. With the AKs in hand, though, at least now they're almost guaranteed a 5th. I say that, but the success rate for Windigo on full USPs is more than it should be. They go towards B this time.
I think it might be 100%. I think we've only seen them on full USPs once.
Actually, yeah, because they went to 4-spot pistols before with armor, but
yeah.
not the full USPs. 100% win rate on this. Lamau.
Yeah, that's like they also have GamerLegion also have a 100% win ratio on Vertigo, though. So. They're tied for the best team in the world on Vertigo.
Absolutely.
And Windigo are tied for the worst.
Little harsh. It's true, but it's a little harsh. Yeah, there's way too many tweets going out after that game the other day, being like, "Oh, Norwin now the best Vertigo team in the world." It's like, yeah. I mean, everybody in chat was saying that about 3 seconds after the game ended.
Yeah, but Astralis are undefeated.
Well, Norwin are still, they have the best win rate ever on or like round win.
I mean, technically teams that haven't played it have an infinity win rate, right?
That's a loss rate, though.
Yeah, true. But yeah, the ego this time doesn't seem to be working out for Windigo. It's just lose and go on to the next round. Gonna be a decent enough buy coming in, but I don't think an op comes out unless Blocker wants to buy one up glass cannon, so it's likely just gonna be rifles, and maybe a slightly limited amount of utility as well, so it's not going to be a perfect buy. So yeah, GamerLegion actually do have a solid opportunity here to actually try and bring it up to 6, pick up that second pistol round, and suddenly they're right back in the game.
Look, if they can find this one, like you said, back in the game. Certainly in here with an opportunity. Victor, away, finds himself one. Bails on down, so it's looking a little bit better for Windigo, but they're already approaching the bomb side as HS picks up one. Here he goes with another. He's doing it again. B is completely open for the bomb plant as Windigo attempt to make the retake happen. They're coming down in through connector. The door opens. That means they're going to be completely aware that they're coming in through con. Existence inside the smoke is ready to catch them off, but he's dead already as Bubble makes swift work of him. Coming in from Monster, and the push now in a 3v3. This retake is very possible for Windigo. Nox trying to make it happen for the T side, though, with the AWP and Monster. They know he's there. They're going to be watching for the peak, but that might not help them up against this AWP player. Eventually, they're going to have to push. Oof. And comes in with 2 quick headshots to finish it. Okay.
I mean, that's what you want to see. You want to see Scream getting a little bit warmed up, gets 2 kills there at the end, brings himself up to 8. And that's the thing. No one has really been fragging too great. HS is having a solid game. Nock has had some decent rounds. But it was a slow start, and it's only really been the last few rounds that they've really picked it up at all. So I'm hoping that they'll be able to carry on with this performance into the second half now, because it's always nice to see a new lineup kind of succeed early on. It's always good. It gets the confidence rolling. It can maybe give them some early fans and really kick things off. Because I think a lot of the time when a new lineup forms, if things kind of start off poorly, then it can be really difficult to actually kind of get to that ceiling that you could have potentially had.
Well, look, I think GamerLegion on 6 rounds, they're looking better. They've already got a 1-map win under their belt with Dust 2 coming up if they lose this one. To be honest, though, Dust 2 is a scary prospect. We've already seen many times in the past Poison be a very dominant opper on that map. But we'll see. They still have the potential to take it here. A pistol round win puts them up on kind of 9-8 automatically, or at least you'd hope. And so far it was kind of Windigo in the first map that were making the mistakes. Now there's definitely the potential to dismantle them on their T side of Overpass.
Loot.bet. Made for live betting.
Well, we're back up and at 'em with Windigo on a 3-round lead. This pistol round could put GamerLegion back on the map as a heavy contender. With 1 map under their belt, they've got to prove to us now that it wasn't just because Windigo weren't comfortable on Vertigo. If they can take it here on an Overpass, Windigo's best map, this could be scary. At the same time, though, I do expect to see a Dust. Windigo, a very strong team. I don't think their T side is going to be weak. And it's a very, very difficult task for GamerLegion to come out on top in this map. Maybe not in the series, but in the map for sure.
Yeah, I definitely agree that if I was to put a bet on either of these teams over on Loot.bet, that I'd probably still go with Windigo at this point. But maybe GamerLegion can quickly influence us otherwise, because Nock is an absolute monster. This I believe he's pretty young, so I want to say this kid is looking bright for the future. But let's see, Windigo at 3 on 5. They're going in towards B. Can they manage to pull things back? Maybe find a couple of frags, even a bomb plant to boost up the economy slightly. And it looks like the bomb indeed should go down. Ship's getting aggressive, had a chance to maybe catch a player off guard, but sadly he goes down, and now it's all on Victor. Got to pull off an ace clutch. And although he gets 2, he will eventually drop with rather to the USP from behind. So a nice pistol round coming in from GamerLegion. And of course now they're looking to try and carry over that momentum from the previous half, and they're getting a good opportunity to actually do so.
Yeah, this definitely puts them on the map. And to be honest, I mean, Windigo at this point, I wouldn't be too surprised to see them taking a forced buyout. This is a map that they're really comfortable on. And like we talked about before, they're a very aggressive team. Not only in how they approach rounds, in regards to positioning and pushing, but definitely economic management as well. Financially, they like to go hard from the start, and it looks like they're doing exactly that. 4 SMGs alongside a CZ. As they come into things, it's a very quick push towards B and a difficult defense for GamerLegion, although there are 3 players here.
Pretty much full investment actually coming in from Windigo in this round. Not going very well at all so far. GamerLegion cleanup, only losing 1 player in the process. It's Knock who goes down. But I believe, actually, I don't think he found any frags before going down. But yeah, decent enough. Anti-Eco coming in, only losing 1 isn't a big deal. I'm pretty sure Knock did only have an SMG as well. 1 MP9 carried into this round from HS, and a FAMAS really being the only weaknesses. And of course, it is going to have to be that Eco from Windigo. So a really good opportunity here for GamerLegion. A good chance to keep hopefully everyone alive, if not maybe just send HS out to actually try and build up his own bank. He's the one that they are willing to lose, perhaps.
So the problem with the kind of aggressive investment like that is if it doesn't work out, like we're seeing, GamerLegion pretty much have that 9-9. But the bigger problem for me is that you have to buy stuff in this round. You have to invest somewhat, take your deagles, because if you don't do damage here, if you let them save over 4 or 5 rifles, well then that puts them in a really strong position. They'll play the next round as a bonus round, and after that, then they'll get a full buy on the board. It definitely puts them ahead in the economy game, but great damage being done here. Poison on the not the AWP, I'm so used to saying that. On the deagle, comes in with 2 as existence goes down. A man advantage comes into fruition for Windigo. And despite the fact that they fully invested into the previous round, it's the couple deagles that look best for them. 1v2 in the end, but the bomb dropped in T-spawn. Unusual on a round like this to leave it so far behind. Chip's only just now spotting that, has to rotate all the way down, pick it up, and any map control that he gained. I mean, if he had that in his possession, Plant would already be down on B.
Yeah, it's strange that they didn't have the bomb with them. Either way, it's a decent round. Again, they hadn't really invested too much at all into this, but it's not a great position to be in now. They had a good chance at winning the round, and instead Ships is left in the 1v2. Going towards A, though. Maybe there's a chance if he can take down the Scream quickly. Problem is he gets spotted and quickly dropped as he had the bomb in his hands. Unable to defend himself, sadly. 9-9. Scoreline being equalized. I believe that's now 7 rounds in a row for GamerLegion. You can see Blocker is still currently, I believe, the top performer on the server. But I think the thing is, for GamerLegion, they're all beginning to kind of step up now. And also, of course, Knock has been playing really well. HS has as well. Scream has had some nice rounds. And surprisingly, actually, Hampus has now gone on to a secondary op.
Okay. CT side. You can see it. Let's see if he's going to be able to get the damage done with it. Usual to see it in his hands. The accuracy's been there on the deagle earlier on, and certainly on the pace pistols. We started out as Scream goes down, and a bit of an opportunity develops. Windigo stacked up towards the B bomb site. Lots of util to play with. And of course, the other thing in this round for Windigo is they've got no no AWP. So they're going to be able to go in for a much faster play. Looks like they're going to be fully executing this B bomb site. Or at least that's what they want GamerLegion to think. The bomb coming up towards the A area. This is... I mean, there is still a quick rotation possible. Knock hasn't dropped down to the bomb site just yet, even despite the smokes. He's now going to rotate up to help out on the A, so the things kind of fall apart a little bit. Bomb plant does go down for toilets, but the kills coming back and forth. Hampus finds a man advantage for the CT side, and the retake coming out of bank. I mean, the player spacing's pretty good. They're going to be able to find trades, presumably. There it is. Blocker goes down directly after 1, but Poison's there to return it and put it into a 2v2, and the time not on the CT side right now.
Yeah, no, really not looking good for GamerLegion in this first gun round. Bubble, I was gonna say in a great position, but apparently he could be spotted. Existence able to take him down, the bomb being tapped by Knock, and Poison is really low, but he has the peak, but no, Knock hits the flick, and I believe there is more than enough time for him to get in with his defuse, rather. And GamerLegion, they make it happen. The retake from Knock and Existence, 1 each. That was all they needed. And they've actually gone ahead and claimed the lead now, having taken the last 8 rounds in a row.
Well, this is, I mean, GamerLegion, so surprising. With so little prep time behind this team, so few iterations of this map played, the 16-5, the only thing that we have on record for them, up against Chaos, a team that we've seen Windigo be triumphant over time and time again. And indeed, with this being such a favored map for Windigo, and a favorite series, this is just shocking. I mean, GamerLegion ahead now as Windigo pull out another full buy. They've got an AWP this time. Perhaps that's going to be the difference maker. But right now, GamerLegion, I suppose the other thing for them, they haven't got a lot of cash built up on the CT side. So if Windigo do win a round, they probably push themselves back into the lead straight away. So there is still a lot to be sought after for this CT side. They do want to start winning rounds a little bit more cleanly. But a win here should grant them a free win directly afterwards in a 12-9 scoreline. Oh my god, HS, what? He just runs up, he keeps going, he takes an AK out and finds a fourth. He's looking for the ace with the flashbang and he gets it. Oh my lord, this man has been insane throughout this series, but that right there, that's the difference maker. A clean round for the CT side, or clean enough, all things considered. We just have to keep watching this. Oh my lord, Dean, my heart can't take it. The flashbang, the peak on the op, the ace, the 11-9, no money. No great money for Windigo. Probably the eco, indeed a hero rifle with pistols.
That was incredible.
Lord almighty.
I'm also just realizing how great the hair is on that GamerLegion team overall. HS, Scream, and Existence all have pretty sick hair.
Certainly unique. Well, maybe not Hampus. His hair is a... We've seen it before. I'm loving the comments in the chat. Hampus, Post Malone. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I linked that to you in Discord because I knew you'd like it. But yeah, nice kill coming in from Ships. He is low HP, but he's managed to creep out. It's the trade on Scream. He does lose blocker in the process, and sadly, just before the smoke blooms, gets dropped by the op from heaven. And Hampus actually been able to creep up close as well now in a really nice position. The bomb just over to his left in the hands of Bubble.
Well, the hero rifle hasn't done too much saving. Hampus is up close here. He doesn't manage to land the shot. No scope. Not there for him, but still the second op saved over by Existence, question mark? No, he doesn't actually get it. Just, obviously, when you pick up a weapon after a round, it doesn't show on the UI. Obviously, we didn't see it from his perspective. I thought he was there, but evidently didn't get close enough. Still, they buy out another AWP, but the reinvestment is still going to keep their economy modest. And so Windigo have the opportunity to start clocking the rounds back on the board. This is not over yet for GamerLegion. They're not massively ahead, despite being 3 rounds in the lead. They need this one. Because Windigo have a full buy, Poison can have the AWP. And if they can get away with this round here, the T side, build it back to at least 12-11 because GamerLegion would have to take the eco.
Yeah, that's the issue. Windigo, statistically, this is their best map. This is a map that they usually are just incredible on. They've had wins, as you said, against some of the best teams in the world, and have also had very convincing wins against kind of the lower teams, maybe ones that are on their own level in general, although lately Windigo definitely have been an impressive team. I think that makes what GamerLegion are doing right now very impressive, actually being able to pull it back into this position, taking 10 rounds in a row, and a lot of them have been, I would say, pretty convincing, and also ones where they've actually had to fight from the back foot. I definitely think it would have been better if Windigo called this pause a little bit earlier. I feel like they did leave it fairly long to call in a pause. They let the lead slip away, and of course they allowed for a decent lead to actually be built up for GamerLegion. And here we go. What's that we getting now? Frag leader. The frag leader, actually a new frag leader. It's HS. He's overtaken blocker.
Yeah, only 20 showing up on our scoreboard. I guess he...
Might have had a team kill. I didn't know
kill somewhere. No. I didn't see it. I don't know. Well, either way, he's having a pretty impressive performance. That's for sure. The last round put him in a good spot.
This is why I'm glad I don't bet Mitch, because I said it was 9-6. I was like, okay, I'm confident Windigo can do this on the T side, but no.
I think it's
Blocker is 11 kills. Why did it pop up the Blocker was the stat leader, the kill leader then with 20? I'm confused.
I have no idea. It's something's going on. I don't know. Let's just ignore it. I don't even know how they extract the data and put it in the chart. My programming
Probably
skills
through
are
the game state integration.
0. I don't even know what any of that means. I just watch the game.
It's just the thing that Valve have that lets you kind of connect to the game. You can set lights and all to be controlled by the bomb exploding, for example, in your room. They can change color when a bomb's exploding or when you're flashed. But yeah, let's focus back on the game for now because it is already a 5-on-3 in favor of GamerLegion. Hampus on that secondary up getting some work done. And that's pretty fortunate because they do end up getting slightly overwhelmed by ships. Didn't last too long though, of course, because the trade does come in. So it is going to be another round going in favor of GamerLegion. At this point now, 13-9, Windigo. They're not able to get a perfect buy into this round, sadly, due to not getting that bomb planted, of course. So although they do invest, it's at this point becoming a little bit desperate for them.
This is it's such a strong performance from GamerLegion. The fact that they're up 13-9 on Windigo's best map, completely shutting Windigo out of this T side. This is where a difference maybe could be made. You've got a scout now the poison, so he's going to be a little bit faster, a little bit more versatile than with that AWP. His teammates on AK, so they can certainly follow up on the damage that he initializes. But right now, making their way towards A, Scream's getting control of connectors, so he's got the info that they're not on a fast rotation down anyways. He's the commitment towards A is for sure. The flank being toyed with. Distance was thinking about coming up behind, but decides against it. Knocking the bomb site with an AWP, waiting for them to push on through the smoke. Doesn't seem to be coming through just yet, though. The bomb's still in toilets. Windigo have lots of time on the board still. Molotov is going to cut off any support from coming through for Victor, but it doesn't matter. As Scream goes down, a man advantage develops for this T side, and things are looking a lot better for Windigo. The bomb now approaching the bomb site, but they've no control over long, so they've got to be careful. Swinging in, Knock manages to find one before going down. They know Existence is here as well, so he's dispatched by Blocker. With HS coming on through, Victor was ready for it, ran out of ammunition. This could be problematic. HS has all the information, but they double peek him wisely, not offering him any opportunity back into it, as it's 13-10. And GamerLegion had not found enough rounds convincingly, so their economy is a little bit fragmented.
Yeah, there was a lot of close rounds rather that did kind of bring it down into a position where, as you can see, a couple players didn't really build up too much money at all. So Scream's in a tough position. He's not going to be able to buy into this next round, so I think they may consider taking one more eco again. But we'll have to see what they decide on. Of course, Windigo at this point now, they have 10 on the board. We know they're a strong Overpass team, so I feel like GamerLegion definitely can't kind of let their confidence overtake things. They need to continue playing this like they have been, which has been, I would say, very well together. They've been very efficient on the trades. They've always had players there to help. They've been doing, I guess, a decent job as well with the utility. But in this round, at least, we don't really expect too much to come out for them.
Now, the USP rounds are left up to Windigo. They're not going to put a whole lot of favor in the hands of the CT side, or any CT side really, with that on the buy. Ships wants an even fight though, runs down with the Glock. Okay, gets taken down by Scream. The headshots connected. With 3 versus 2, the Deagle in play. Now that Deagle's all that's left. Resistance has to do it all by himself. He lands one. That was a body shot on the bubble. The poisons with the AWP to take the long-range fight and win the round for the T side. 13-11, closing in that gap. But now GamerLegion have got a chance to buy, but Scream had bought down a little bit too low, so he's going to be missing a rifle here. Or at least he's going to be missing an M4, taking a FAMAS out instead. A double op setup, though, is certainly a possibility, as Hampus and Knock both pull those out. These are the rounds where GamerLegion have been winning again and again. Windigo find themselves facing into this without the best of economy either. This could be the gamers on map point, and indeed series point, if they win just this one, as Windigo would likely have to take an eco.
Yeah, I feel like the buy definitely could have been kind of the correct decision, but it really comes down to whether it works or not. But we will just have to wait and see. Hampus has the up, of course. Knock also with one in play, so it's a decent investment. Thing is, without a lot of utility and without a fuse kit, they're going to really rely on winning out the aim duels in this round. So They do need their stars to step it up. We've definitely seen that plenty so far throughout these two maps, but can they do it now when the pressure is getting high, when the lead that they've slowly picked up begins to once again slip away? And of course, it's in the back of their mind that this map is very, very strong for Windigo, and I'm sure they knew that coming in.
A little bit of movement towards the A bomb site could be dangerous. GamerLegion know there's at least one player here. As they take down Hampus, they're going to start to up the ante and make that push happen. The rotations have already come in. You have two players on the bomb site itself, one coming in through Dumpster. Ships manages to catch off Knock though. And with Scream already falling, this defense is knocked on according to plan. It's looking like it should probably be a save at this point, but Existence is going to find it hard to even get out of there with the AUG in his hands. HS was being flanked, but Ships is actually pushed to the bomb site, which means that could be a free kill for HS if he peeks out, and indeed it is. Despite that though, his teammate falls and leaves him in a 1v3 with not a whole lot of time left for the save to come through. He'll do as much damage as he can in the process, and actually those kills are very important for them. Even if GamerLegion decide to take a pistol round in the next one, which they probably should, being able to drop the economy of Windigo low on this round, and then if they can do it again in the one after, it still will allow them to follow up consecutive rounds after a win where they want to be at. Nonetheless though, Windigo up on 12, closing in the gap and starting to make GamerLegion sweat over on that CT side. Even despite Nog being one of the stronger performers in the series, his opening kills up on 6 for 0 actually. He hasn't been taken out first in any round, and clocking up a grand total of 19 kills.
We've got an Irish guest in the chat, Mitch. We've got Connor. Shout out to Connor.
I'll top of the morning to you there, Connor.
He's a decent player. He's a good player for Irish standards, and he's a sound bloke as well. Can we show the scoreboard? Apologies, we actually can't since we're on a live feed. Sadly, it's been directly streamed to us through VLT, and I'd have to say it's amazing quality. It looks like I'm just on the game.
Yeah, no, the one thing we've definitely experienced before is pretty bad quality.
Yeah.
Like, there's literally been times where we're commentating and we can't read the names or like the who's on the mini map where. But no, I think UCC doing a pretty clean, clean feed. Hey, I like it.
Connor's bullying, but Existence goes down. It is, of course, 13-13 now, so it's got closed up again. It was looking like GamerLegion at some point there really had just taken control. They'd managed to pick up 11 rounds in a row. They looked like they were almost unstoppable, and it seemed like maybe Overpass wasn't as much of a fluke maybe as we thought. Maybe not a fluke, but kind of an outlier just because it's a new map. But yeah, right now we're seeing Windigo again getting their feet on the ground, beginning to really take this control back. And as you can see, they've even managed to build up a pretty solid economy. So GamerLegion, it's the guy who said that in the chat now is throwing me off whenever I say it.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's a tough position now. If they want to try and get back into this and get some control in their favor again, they're gonna have to pick up at least a couple of gun rounds in a row.
I keep hearing myself saying GamerLegion now every single time. God damn it. Being done. GamerLegion. I can hear it happening. But like, at this point, Windigo versus the CT side, it's a tied up 13-13. The money's there for Windigo if they lose this one, so they're certainly looking to be back on track in this regard. It's going to have to be a big step up from the CTs. And you can see at the moment, Nox thinking about getting a little bit aggressive, hides over towards the bench on short. As the rest of the gamers are sitting on A. They actually have a two-man A-side defense at the moment, or at least very possible. My god. Okay, Nox just catches them off guard, finds two. Existence is here to support, but they're coming through long. 3 players here. They've still got utility and smokes to cover short and make sure that those players can't really get anything done. But inside the Molotov, Walker and Victor both go down to below 15 HP from 100. They just stood in that molly. This could be very dangerous now. Very easy kills to be connected on the back of it. Scream and Existence find them and finishing off the round 14-13. Sure, Windigo still have a full buy coming, but now things are getting scary. A legion of gamers closing in on that victory, just 2 rounds away.
Sounds like some sort of comic book superhero. It's I don't know. Pitching an idea here, Mitch. If you ever decide to become a producer or write TV shows, but maybe it could be like the superheroes. But what they've done is they've got like robots that they control through a video game.
Oh, I mean, I
rather
definitely
than
think
the conventional superheroes.
the main character with Scream's hair would be something.
Yeah, I mean,
in a
is that
cape.
just not every anime? Ooh, nice shot from Nog. The door being blown off. I'm not sure if the nade came from GamerLegion or if it was a Windigo nade to try and get the peak initially.
Spot.
Yeah, me neither. I wasn't too sure where the actual trail came from.
At this point, a one-man advantage. You got to look at the T-Side's economy. They'll lose this round, it could be over. They're going to be on another force, and so far their force buys on their T side have not gone well at all, despite the success we've seen from minimal investment CT rounds for them. Smoke Ships manages to catch one off. He's going to be traded down immediately. The monster players are starting to cause some havoc for Scream. He's caught in the open, going to be shot from 2 angles, but it's all onto Poison to pull this off and walking out in the open. Nog takes him. Dean, we are on series point for GamerLegion with what could be a 2-0.
Yeah, it looks like it could be 2-0. Sorry, I'm laughing at what SR said. We're trying our best, man. We're trying to pronounce it. We're doing our best.
We're playing mind games.
I had someone comment. Did I show you this, Mitch? Someone commented they made a video of how to pronounce Kaze, you know, from Tyloo, because I was saying Kaze at first. So he made a video and he posted it on my profile. All right, but when I clicked it, my volume was on full, and he had like the mic in his mouth like this, and it absolutely made me cack my pants.
Good lord. Yeah, I thought it was Kaze as well, literally up until this very moment.
It's Kaze, like kamikaze.
When you said Kaze, I was like, what, who? Huh? What? Yeah, I've pronounced it Kaze throughout all the Chinese qualifiers I've done.
Yeah, well, I've corrected you now. Just go look at my Steam profile. Everyone do it. I think you can probably find it on my Twitch or something. Go look at it. Go listen to the video. Give that dude all his views, because he's a nice lad trying to help me out.
Well, look at this. Windigo have one last chance here. Well, a couple last chances, I suppose. But if they fail even one of these next 2 rounds, they won't be facing an overtime. They'll be facing a nothing, the end of the game, and a 2-0 defeat. What will be their...
I said Tyloo by accident. That's my bad.
Lamau.
Nah, I know he plays for Vici. That was just a brain fart test.
This is not looking too good. 4 versus 4. HS peeks down. He finds one. It's traded right on back. We're into a 3 versus 3. Windigo now have a little bit of an upper hand on being on the T side. There's no money for GamerLegion. God damn it. There's no money for the Legion to play with. So if they lose this round, it's a force buy. It's pistols for them to try and close it out, or we'll be facing an overtime. Push comes towards A, but it's not the real push. Victor's faking out. He's trying to drag these rotations. Even still, though, 2 players towards the B bomb site as the push comes out. Look, Victor can't fake out anybody. There's no one here to give the information to. Scream here's a couple steps, so the rotation comes in with 10 seconds. This bomb has to go down. They have to commit towards B. Nog finds one. If he lands just one more, it's all over. 4 seconds left. Nog's pushing in with the op, and he's going to get... Oh, he missed the shot. This could be an opportunity for Bubble to walk away to the victory. He has to stay alive for his team and finds one. The bomb ticking away. He knows it's a player in heaven and very low HP as well. Hampus with the AWP is in danger with 2 HP on the board. The Molotov for Bubble as well. He's going to run this clock down. This will be an absolutely insane clutch to win out. Tries to molly the player pushing, but it's not going to catch him off, unfortunately. Scream makes it towards the bomb site with the AUG creeping down towards the ramp. The flashbang goes in. Bubble still in a position, though, finds one. It's a 1 versus 1. Scream's going to get it soon. The bomb is ticking away, dancing around the pillar. Bubble letting the time run out, and he finds it with the deagle. He keeps them alive. 14-15. What a round for Windigo. What a round for Bubble. My God. I thought Nog had it with that shot.
Someone needs to say it, Mitch. What a blunder.
What a blunder. I mean, got it in 1. I really thought Nog had that shot. I was calling it before it even happened. It's a little bit too... You see, for a second, I was thinking, okay, going that aggressive is dangerous. But I think it was the right call, right? Don't let him set up. I mean, 9 times out of 10, you're guaranteed Nog hits that.
Yeah, no, I mean, it definitely was a good idea, considering, as you said, how low the time was. But I mean, missing the shot, that was the blunder. But yeah, no, it has to be said, an impressive clutch as well by Bubble. You can't put it all on GamerLegion. A 1v3 like that, there has to be at least a couple mistakes in it to give a chance to win, but it's impossible to play everything to perfection. So a chance for Windigo now. They need to take one more round in order to send it into overtime. And as we can see, the buy for GamerLegion is actually really limited. It's pistols, it's one FAMAS and an auto shotgun. They do actually get an op though, but it's on HS, so not the typical oppers for this lineup.
I would pay all the money to hear the TeamSpeak comms as they lose that. It would. Well, even better, all the money to hear Windigo's TeamSpeak comms as he actually wins.
Scream is saying, "Guys, don't worry, I headshot," and in the distance they're trying to understand what's going on. I don't know what the rest to be doing. I'm trying to make up a scenario here, Mitch. We have to fill the pause time.
I mean, Windigo, you can just imagine the dead silence. Like, I doubt even when Bubble got one, I'd say they didn't say a word. Like, you gotta let that man concentrate completely. It was, you could see that he had an opportunity, but it was like 1% chance. Gets the kill on Knock, finds it on the Heaven player who was super low, and in the 1v1 versus Scream, just round and round we go, and eventually, boom, double shots with the Deagle. You can just imagine the eruption. I mean, that pause is probably more for Windigo to calm down after that.
Probably. I don't know any Bulgarian, so I don't know what sort of words they would have been screaming, but I'm sure there would have been a few profanities in there and a lot of congratulations. And that is going to have them fired up as well, like really fired up. That can sometimes be bad, but I think it'll be a good thing for Windigo, a team who really do rely on that confidence. Although that's not a good start. Existence able to catch the opening kill on ships, and they snatch away an AK.
Taken away, that certainly helps their economy out a lot, because now they've only really got one weakness. I mean, Hampus is on an auto shotgun as well, but we know a lot of players that we like to see the auto shotgun in the hands of. Windigo look to take the B bomb site, which looks to be an okay decision. There's a player in connector, there's one short, one A bomb site at least. Oh, okay, and with existence going down, this bomb site's about to be hit, but that will drag the full rotations. But even still, it is going to be a retake. 4 versus 4 as it is, it's not terrible. I think HS, where's he rotating in from? He should be able to maybe pick up the FAMAS. No, he's on the bomb site, never mind. He won't be able to pick up the FAMAS, but going in with the Deagle, Nog finds one on the AWP. A second as well, recovering from the shots he missed previously, and it's all over. With a swift 3K, he ends the round alongside his teammates. It is going to be the 16 to 14. Gamer.
Look how many kills it says they got. That's not right. Oh, it's Knock.
No, it's all Knock. Knock is the CT side. Knock is the only defender you
very
need.
well.
32 kills this week. That's wrong. 27 kills he finished with, and HS on 26. They've all left the server, so you can't see it properly. I don't know why the kills are so messed up either. Just ignore it. I'm looking at HLTV. I know what happened. 27 for Nog, 26 for HS. They both finished above 180 or 180 or. I don't know what's happening. All right, I'm broken at this point. Those last couple rounds were crazy, and what a the music. What a fantastic series overall. I mean, GamerLegion. I'm leaving a gap. I'm just gonna leave a gap. It's the only way to do it.
Can we just call them GamerLegion? It really makes it easier.
You can certainly worship that series.
It could be called. They could be called GamerLegion because their fans could be the disciples or something. I don't know. You can make it like a play on words. But yeah, no, what a game, Mitch. I'm also kind of speechless after those last couple rounds. Bubble gave them so much hope, but it was just snatched away.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, look, Overpass, like we said, 16 out of the last 17 plays for Windigo have resulted in a victory, and now it's GamerLegion, the team that come into that, take it away from them. And again, it's even more impressive when you consider how limited their preparation is. This is a newly formed team. They've got one play on this map. It was against Chaos, a team that have been trumped by Windigo in the past. They lost 16-5 to Chaos, and now they've come in and beaten Windigo 16-14 with some absolutely incredible individual plays. And it kind of feeds into what we saw in Vertigo. It was a thing where, sure, Windigo looked prepared. GamerLegion maybe a little bit more so on Vertigo. I think it was definitely a better map for them. But a lot of the rounds that were won were where Windigo actually had openings. They had advantages. But the GamerLegion were able to pull it back again and again with individuals. And the same thing happened here on Overpass, that the individual play was what pushed them over the edge over Windigo.
Yeah, and it really makes me excited to see what this roster is going to be able to do. They've, of course, only signed to the org. They've got the support behind them now, and it's going to be good to see what GamerLegion can do in the future. But I believe that is it from us today, Mitch, if I do remember correctly. So, of course, we are going to be going ahead and actually calling it a night. I'm not too sure when we have more games, Mitch. Do you have that info? Do you have the schedule, what we have coming up in the next few days?
So for the two of us, we're going to be done for quite a while. We've got a relatively big break coming because I'm going away. I'm leaving you, Dean. I'm sorry. I'll miss you forever. But we do have more games coming up.
I'm going away soon too.
Indeed. And
esports life, man.
That's it, right? That's it. Unreliable. But we do have more games coming up tomorrow. I'm not actually 100% sure what they're starting off with, as it's not up on HLTV just yet, and I wasn't sent the schedule because I won't be here. But yeah, well, if you guys want to catch more games in the Loot.bet season number 2, be sure to drop a follow on the channel. This is where the English streams will be for it. It's a long running. We've got like another month of games coming your way almost every day. So it is certainly going to be something you want to catch, because if today's games are anything to go by, it's certainly gearing up to be an interesting season. But nonetheless, that will be the end of the broadcast for today. Just the one best of 3. The end for myself and Dean for a little bit. And we do appreciate you guys watching along. We really do hope you've enjoyed your stay with us here today. And we'll catch you again in the future.
Follow us on Twitter.
And as Dean alluded to, you can catch our Twitters in the chat. If you do appreciate the casting, we would appreciate a good old follow. Every little helps is the saying. But nonetheless, enough selling out. If you want to place your bets, go over to Loot.bet. Okay, now enough selling out. We'll catch you guys on the flip side. Have yourselves a good day, and we hope you enjoyed things here today.
Loot.bet. Made for live betting.
Open eye, feel the waves cut through me, hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing in. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the sky.
sun shining on my face. Got the type of feeling I believe that everything will be okay. Okay. My body in this dress, looking bougie, got no stress, alright. Yeah, so what? I missed the bus. I ain't gonna make a fuss, 'cause I only want good vibes, like tequila sunrise, living like I am in a movie. Dancing on rooftops, making out with hot shots. If you don't like it, then sue me. 'Cause we all got problems, leave until tomorrow, and meet up with a smile on your face. Yeah, we all got problems, being down at the bottom, but tonight we can my body in this dress, looking bougie, got no stress, alright. Yeah, so what? I missed the bus. I ain't gonna make a fuss, 'cause I only want good vibes, like tequila sunrise, living like I am in a movie. Dancing on rooftops, making out with hot shots. If you don't like it, then sue me. 'Cause we all got problems, leave until tomorrow, and meet up with a smile on your face. Yeah, we all got problems, being down at the bottom, but tonight we can
I got pain from my waist up, and I wake up and I take drugs, and I say stuff that I make up, like I hate love and I hate that I can't. I couldn't hate you if I tried. It'll suck for a weekend, hurt more on the weekend. When I go out, see your friends, and I don't know what to tell them. I can't lie. Couldn't hate you if I tried. I'm coming around to see ya, coming around to leave ya. What is the point of hoping when it's already broken? It hurts to let you go, it's worse to hold on. But I know that I'll be better when you're gone. Said I know that I'll be better when you're gone. your head